Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. One run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
We welcome you to game number 2 of the 2025 Independence League season for your Hastings Sodbusters. The weather is a little gloomy here at Duncan Field in Hastings, but we are set for 9 innings of competitive baseball. The Sodbusters coming off their season opening win last night against the Spearfish Sasquatch by a score of 5-1. Sodbusters win their season opener for the first time since 2022, and will look to make it 2 in a row tonight against the Sasquatch team that threw down most of the competition last year. Sodbusters get their season opener wins, and the first pitch here at Duncan Field tonight is scheduled for about 6:35. Ryan Valenta, so glad you could be with us for some weekend baseball on this Saturday evening. Steve Stein here with us as well, and we are excited for this second of 31 home games here at Duncan Field, and our second of 7 consecutive games. The Sodbusters with 7 in a row here at Duncan to open up the 2025 season. Well, on our pregame show, we've got our first Sodbusters Spotlight interview of the year. Chat with one of the returning guys and one of the guys that made a big impact in last night's game, Ryan Jarvis, offensive guy who got put out in left field for the first time in quite a while, the Saginaw Valley State product, getting a good start in the field and at the plate last night. And as the Sodbusters will turn to him and their bunch of newcomer teams, or the newcomer players on the team, with guys just still getting to meet each other, building some chemistry. In this second game of the season, still plenty more to go. Well, we got first pitch, like we said, in about 20 minutes or so, and we're hoping to avoid some rain in the area. Looks like it's, you can maybe be able to see it is sprinkling just a little bit outside. We got some raindrops on our window, but we hope that a little rain never hurt anybody and it's able to pass by fairly easily and allow us to play an uninterrupted 9 innings of baseball. When we come back, we talk with Ryan Jarvis. Steve Stein catches up with him on our Sodbuster Spotlight. Be right back from Duncan Field.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It is the Sodbuster Spotlight. We hear from Ryan Jarvis, going to be one of the leaders for the Sodbusters this summer. And as we visit, it's right after game number 1 and sparkling play out in the outfield in what was your first game in the outfield for a while. Kind of take us through that.
Coach Printer called me before the game. He asked how comfortable I was in left field. And I told him that I haven't played since last fall. I just went out there.
Made a diving grab in the alley to save 2 runs. I mean, is it kind of instinct? The fact you haven't taken any fly balls in the outfield for a while. Plus, left field at Duncan Field can be treacherous if the sun. Talk about your mindset going into the game.
Yeah, I was just kind of relaxed. I mean, I was comfortable because I played left field the whole summer last year here, so I kind of knew how to play it. I knew the field, and yeah.
Is it kind of fun to have summer ball where you can kind of experiment with some new things where, I mean, you want to win, obviously, but it's a little different than when you're playing the spring ball?
Yeah, I agree. I think if I played left field in a spring game, earlier this spring, I would have been a lot more nervous, but summer, it's kind of more relaxing, and you kind of get to try stuff and get better at new things, so I like it.
We're talking with Ryan Jarvis, Saginaw Valley State, Michigan. How'd the spring go for you?
It went good. I got to play a lot, so it was a lot of fun. I think as a team, we didn't reach all of our goals, so that keeps us hungry to keep getting better, and hopefully next season we'll be able to reach those goals. But yeah, overall it was still a good spring, and it was a lot of fun.
330 for you in the spring. The team wins 30 games. I know you had the record-setting year in 2024, so hard to duplicate that. How did playing for the Hastings Sodbusters last summer set the foundation for you in the fall and the spring?
Yeah, the spring before I came to Hastings, I didn't play very much, so I didn't have that many reps. And then I think it was huge coming here last summer and getting as many reps as I did. I was lucky enough to play so many games here. And just getting all those reps, getting better, that really helped me out. And I took it into the spring, and it helped me. You could see how it helped me a lot.
And to be a leader on the team last year, you had a little more responsibility, even being a first-year player, because you were relied on for a lot of things. Did that also help you mentally to know that you could do it maybe at the college level too?
Yeah, definitely. I think being a leader is important, so getting a little experience doing that was huge also.
Talking with Ryan Jarvis. Did you bring a couple of Saginaw Valley State guys with you this year?
Yeah, Zane Wilson and Ethan Marshall are here now, and then middle infielder Chase Miller's coming. So they should be big for us this summer too.
What are those guys going to add to this team?
Zane Wilson, great lefty bat. You'll see him today. He's getting his first start. Ethan Marshall, lefty pitcher. We'll see. Hopefully he starts some games, but he's going to be a great reliever if not. And then Chase Miller's great defensive middle infielder, and he can swing it too.
When you came to college, you ever think, I'm going to be in Hastings, Nebraska for not 1 but 2 summers during college?
No, I would have never thought. I mean, I never even heard of this place before, but I'm blessed to be here, and I'm happy to be here, definitely.
Talking with Ryan Jarvis, Saginaw Valley State, Michigan. And tell us a bit about the academics. How's it going for you as you get toward a degree?
Yeah, I'm going into rehab medicine, and then I want to go to grad school to become a physical therapist. That's my goal. So it's going good so far. I love my classes, and the teachers at Saginaw Valley are great, so it's going good so far.
Pretty dadgum aggressive major. Are you able to keep up with schoolwork when you're playing 50 games in the spring?
Yeah, it's a lot, but just, time management's a big thing, and, I like the schoolwork, so it's not that much of a hassle. I like what I learn about in most of my classes, so some of it's fun, some of it's I enjoy, and then obviously the baseball part, I kind of see that as my free time instead of like doing other things. Baseball is kind of my free time, then after that it's school.
And it's cool. You've got that aggressive major. You've got your kind of future ahead of you. You kind of see the end of baseball, maybe 2 more summers, and that's probably going to be it. Summers and springs, I should say.
Yeah, we'll see what happens after that, but yeah. Only got 2 more summers guaranteed, I guess. And then, maybe even 1 more summer because after my senior year. So, but yeah, only 2 more seasons. And then we'll see what happens after that, yeah.
And were you mainly at first base at Saginaw Valley?
Yeah, this spring I played only first base pretty much every game. So, yeah. So coming here and playing the outfield was a little different, but it was still fun. I'm glad I got to do that yesterday.
What are you looking for improvement in terms of this summer? What are you hoping to improve on as we head through June and July?
Just staying consistent and staying hungry and in the right mindset the whole summer. Just kind of staying motivated, and hopefully I can have a good summer again.
We'd love to see you here all year. I guess plan A right now is just to play the first half. Is that kind of by design in terms so you don't get worn out or to get ready to go for the fall? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, playing 50 games during the spring. Me and my coaches kind of talked about it. We thought it would be best if I just played half the summer And then, well, the main goal this summer also is to get stronger and put on some weight. That was the main goal that me and my coaches talked about, to start hitting balls harder, throwing the ball harder, all that. So that's kind of the main goal. So it is easier to do that when I'm not playing. But yeah, I definitely did want to play baseball at least half the summer because, you know, you only have so many years left. And I love the game, you know. So.
And while you are playing, is there opportunities to lift weights here in Hastings? Do you have that workout opportunity during off days or in the mornings?
Yeah, we are really lucky because it was just last summer. I think I was there for the opening of the new YMCA. So yeah, that place is great, and so that's where I mainly work out.
Tell us a bit about your host family. Have you enjoyed those folks the last couple of years?
Yeah, the Hoffmans this year, they've been great so far. And then Alan Val last year, it's been great both years. And, you know, they just treat us like we're just in the family. It's really cool. I didn't know what to expect at first, but it is great, and they do a great job.
He's Ryan Jarvis, a guy who's listed as a first baseman for college, but we'll see him wherever for the Hastings Sodbusters starting left field in the opener for Hastings. Our Sodbuster Spotlight, I'm Steve Stein.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
We welcome you back to Duncan Field in anticipation of this opening game here for the Hastings Sodbusters and the Spearfish Sasquatch, second of 4-game series. If you're in the Hastings area, come on down to Duncan Field every night, 6:35 now until next Thursday. The Hastings Sodbusters will be in action after they finish up their series here. They will have their next series against the Oahe Zap. That will be Tuesday through Thursday, the series. This one will have our second game today, game number 3 on Sunday, and then game number 4 on Monday. Sodbusters with a win today can guarantee themselves at least a series split, and what a job the Busters did last night. For a team the past couple of years that Steve and I have seen, you know, pitching has been the issue early. It's been a lot of times trying to get the guys in a rhythm early, but Creighton Jacobitz, his no-hit start through 7 innings last night quieted the Spearfish offense. The offense did just enough on the other end to get the Sodbusters 4 runs after the first 4 innings and propel them to the 5-1 win. So Jacobitz kind of setting the tone early. I got a chance to catch up with him before the game, said that his back was tired more than his arm. I mean, I'm not a pitcher. Steve, I don't know how much you threw back in the good old days, but just trying to fathom how a back could hurt something when your arm is making that throwing motion at full speed 100+ times. But Creighton did an excellent job last night, and the Sodbusters will look for another great pitching matchup. Well, Steve, it's tough to compound on it with Coach Printer told us short on arms, but the guy that coming in tonight, Derek Rocket, he should be a guy that's interesting to watch. For the Sodbusters, what's the biggest key for the game for them tonight?
Well, Rocket, you'd love to see him duplicate what Jacobitz did, and just kind of piggybacking on what you said about pitching. I mean, it's not all about your arm, and you know it should be a whole body thing, your back, your legs. And so it was almost good to hear Jacobitz talk about the fact that that it wasn't his arm. That tells you he's using his entire body and takes that pressure off the arm. So and now I know Scott Galusha was really concerned about, okay, now Creighton, take care of yourself for this week. Do the things you need to do to recover and get ready to go for probably a second start. I think he's earned start number 2.
I think so too.
With that particular performance. And the odd thing, it may be odd to say, but he can be sharper. Walked 3, hit 3, got in big trouble early, but had that bulldog mindset that worked out of difficulty when runners were on around him. And the lefty just mystified a left-handed dominated Spearfish lineup yesterday. And you don't expect no-hit ball for 7. You just hope that Derek Rocket goes out and does what he can. A guy who went 1-2 in the spring for Arkansas Tech with a 7.64 ERA and 8 appearances. A guy who's going to be expected to eat up some innings this summer now. I don't know if that was going to be plan A coming in, but with the way that the Hastings pitching staff is designed right now, they're going to need some innings from Rocket today. And one thing, Jacobitz, and then an opportunity to see Zach Stewart on the mound. Those guys took the pressure off of everybody else, and so you set the foundation for what could be a special 6 games now, because you can pitch who you want to. You can go a little deeper in the bullpen than maybe you thought you were going to, because really, I think realistically, in visiting with coaches for Hastings, 4 innings. If you got 4 innings out of Jacobitz, you'd have been happy, and to get 7, that's a huge bonus.
Absolutely, and pitching coming at a premium, and not to discredit any sort of performance by any of the teams at all, but very early on in the season, sometimes it can be a skeleton crew where teams are just going with some guys that they have now, and they're better players. Maybe some of those Division I guys are still off to be on in the later part of the season, but just making it work with what they have right now. Let's introduce today's starting lineups before we get things going, and we'll start off with the Spearfish lineup first. A couple of returners from yesterday's lineup, couple new guys in it. It's Seth Nelson to lead it off and play the designated hitter position. Ben Foyer will bat second and play shortstop. Jordan Bowman bats third and plays first base. Sam Kwapnoski, the center fielder, batting fourth. Ethan Musser, the right fielder, batting fifth. Owen Michelson, the catcher, batting sixth. Peyton Fort, the second baseman, batting seventh. Diego Trujillo will bat eighth and play third base. Saw him pitch some innings on the mound last night. And then Isaac Martinez will bat ninth and play left field. It's Nelson, Foyer, Bowman, Kwapnoski, Musser, Michelson, Fort, Trujillo, and Martinez. Starting 9 for Spearfish. Justice Scott, the head coach, he's still got a couple days before he takes over the team. So Ryan Bachman, Octavio Sanchez, and Matthew Gonzalez, they've been the 3 assistants, kind of coaching the program too. They're young guys, just like Hastings head coach Josh Printer. Now we go over to the Sodbuster starting lineup. It's Drew Vega to lead things off and play second base. Ryan Jarvis to bat second and play first base. Luke Cossey will bat third and play center field. Weston Johnson bats fourth and plays third base. Graham Hilton bats fifth and is the catcher today. Tyler Welsh is the designated hitter. Hastings College kid will bat in the sixth hole. Zane Wilson will bat seventh and play left field. Cooper Harrell batting eighth and playing right field. And Christian Loera will bat ninth and play shortstop. For Hastings, Derek Rockets, the aforementioned Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy, gets the start on the mound for Hastings today. Drew Vega, Jarvis, Cossey, Johnson, Hilton, Welsh, Wilson, Harrell, and Loera. Some returning guys in the lineup and a couple of new guys. Welsh will see his first action tonight, and then Zane Wilson, who our Sodbuster Spotlight Ryan Jarvis told us about, he'll take over his position in left field from where he was last night. Josh Printer, 2-year player for the Sodbusters, the new head coach of the team. He was an assistant coach down at his new college, his second college stop, ASU Mountain Home, and he's a Mountain Home, Arkansas native, so getting to do some assistant coaching and down in his hometown. Pretty neat experience for him, and getting to manage some of the college guys at his former summer team here at Hastings in Duncan Fields. Umpires meeting with our general manager and co-owner Scott Galusha, who is filling in with first base coaching duties. Our assistant coach Corey Coranda not here this weekend. Andy Chase does the stats down there, and Josh Printer, the third base coach. Well, Steve, I know the Sasquatch uniforms, maybe, the numbers are pretty clear to me. I know that last night they were beautiful blue and whites, and they were very easy to see, but I Hope those number combinations are easy to see down there. I think they're doing okay.
Yeah, not too bad. The black with silver numbers, I'll take that. Not too bad. Should be a fun matchup as the Sodbusters coming out in their winning gold uniforms. We'll see how that goes today as the Sodbusters getting a win in the greens yesterday.
And if I'm not mistaken, that looks like Mayor Jay Beckby right there, about to throw out the first pitch down the home plates. Oh, right down the gut.
That's
nice
cool.
throw, Mayor. Jay Beckby with a strike right down the middle on our ceremonial first pitch here at Duncan Field. Sodbusters going with their yellow uniforms today with their white pinstripes. They were in their green uniforms yesterday when pitched out and found out the win, and that's another silly stat that we'll be keeping track of this year. I know we have the record of jerseys last year that they wore somewhere. I don't know if you have that on hand, Steve, but last year we tried to keep track of the records of what the Sodbusters finished when they wore separate uniforms, and I think it was either the green uniforms or the gold uniforms were most successful last year for the Sodbusters, but 1-0 in the green uniforms. They go with their goldenrod colors today. Wind blowing in again, as it usually does at Duncan Field. Pretty much straight in, maybe a little bit from left field, but blowing in. We saw the wind bend some balls over to the right field side last year, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well and hope the rain stays out of the area.
Winning yellow, 10-2 a year ago. Green, 13-10. So off to a 1-0 start with the green. We'll have to see how it goes with the yellow. So I was called winning gold, but it's yellow. It's the Oakland A's. Yep.
Sorry, they're just the Athletics now, Steve. They're not in Oakland.
Oh, that's right. San Jose. That's going to be.
They're in Sacramento, and you're not supposed to call them anything except the Athletics.
I still call the Chargers San Diego. So it's been what, 7 years now. So
it's been a long time.
Yeah, they'll always be San
Diego. And
Diego.
the Oakland Raiders too. Nope, they're Las Vegas
Las
now.
Vegas. Yep.
We're going to take you down to the field for our national anthem ahead of today's game, and the first pitch will be after this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem at Duncan Field, ahead of tonight's first pitch, game 2 of the season, and many more to come. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, another broadcast set for you, and if you're listening in or watching in on YouTube, tell us where you're watching from. We've got lots of players from all around the country and even got some Canadians on both sides. We'll tell you about where those players are from as all walks of life come in here. I mean, last year, Sodbusters, in addition to a Canadian, had a Japanese player, had a kid from the Netherlands. I mean, really, when I mean all walks of life, it is just all around the place. And Sodbusters do have a Canadian on the roster again this year. However, he is not quite with the team as of yet. We'll tell you about all these guys as we go along with the season. But there on your screen, Derek Rocket, today's starting pitcher, just finished up his freshman year at Arkansas Tech University. The Wonder Boys always do a great job of sending players down to Hastings that perform at a very high level. And Derek Rockets from Higbee, Missouri, in his freshman year of this 2025 campaign, 13 appearances covering 22 1/3 innings, went 1-3 with a 10.07 ERA, gave up 30 runs, walked 16, and struck out 20. Scott Galusha, Steve told us about Rocket here, a guy that has a big fastball, We'll look to see exactly how he uses that tonight, but a guy who consistently throws in the 80s, and I believe Scott told us that he can touch the 90s at some point. So just like Jacobitz last night, who has some decent velocity, see how he's able to use that to quite the Spearfish offense, hopefully for the second night in a row.
And it's neat to see a guy who's named Rocket throw a great fastball.
Yes.
I figured he'd be a crafty left-hander who throws about 70 miles an hour, but he actually is a rocket thrower. You know, of course, Roger Clemens' nickname was the Rocket. Maybe his nickname's Clemens. So it's kind of be cool that he has an opportunity to live up to his namesake. Hopefully Mr. Rocket come out and get the command that he needs to get outs.
Derek Rocket gets the start for the Sodbusters. It's Seth Nelson to lead things off for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Well, we are just pretty much right on time here today. The first pitch from Rocket is just a bit low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch at the ballpark, 6:36 p.m. 68 degrees right now with, according to our radar, rain just west of the Hastings area, so we are expecting some sprinkles to be happening any time now. But nice evening at the ballpark for now, until the rain comes. Seth Nelson started in last night's game as the designated hitter. Pops it in the air to the left side. It's carrying very well out to Zane Wilson, the Sodbuster newcomer, making his first opportunity out in spacious Duncan Field in the left field side.
And the first 2 days have been very tame in the outfield. This ballpark, when the sun is blaring as the summer goes on, shortstop, third base, left is wicked, but overcast skies much appreciated by the left fielder.
Amen today. The lights are on here, no sunshine yet. Ben Foyer, the shortstop, will take inside for ball 1. Ben Foyer, the shortstop today, was not a part of yesterday's batting lineup. Strike called on the outside corner. Foyer from Georgetown, Texas, the Southwestern Pirates. He's from Houston, Texas, the Southwestern Pirates in Georgetown, Texas. Swings and misses at the 1-1. Just getting underway. Sodbusters looking to make it 2 straight to open the season. Have to go back to 2022 when they did that. They beat the then Casper Horseheads 2 consecutive games in a row. Foul ball. Thank goodness there was a net there. That was right near the head of a young gentleman just walking away from here. Protected netting extending all the way down into the edge of the stands here at Duncan Field. Rocket looking good so far. Gets a ground ball to third. It's Weston Johnson. Fires to first in time. 2 up and 2 down for the Sodbuster defense in the top of the first.
2 guys who were not at those positions yesterday getting early opportunities. You love that too. All right, hit one at me. Let's get into the flow of this game. So very cool that we get to 2 guys who did not see action yesterday in the field to get early defensive chances.
Weston Johnson, yesterday's designated hitter, but getting the start at third base today. Third batter of the inning, Jordan Bowman. He is a Spearfish returner. Bowman Saracoso Community College will go to Cumberland's in Kentucky in the fall. Bowman last night's first a strike in there. Bowman batted in the 4 spot last night. Did not get a hit, but reached a couple times on a walk, a hit by pitch, and a fielder's choice. 1-1, soft chopper, another chance for Johnson. Gloves, fires high, but able to keep the bag is Ryan Jarvis. Very good 1-2-3 inning as Spearfish is retired. 1, 2, and 3 by Derek Rocket. Sodbusters will look to break open the scoring for the first time in its 2nd consecutive game after this on Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Welcome back. It's Sodbuster baseball. We're through half an inning and nothing doing for Spearfish. They go down 1-2-3 on a pair of groundouts and a flyout against Derek Rockets. And for the Sodbusters, top of the order coming up in Drew Vega, Ryan Jarvis, and Luke Koski. They will go up against Caleb Hoppy. Hoppy, a Belgrade, Montana product, and attends his school at Dakota State University from the North Star Athletic Association, not to be confused of the NSAA here in Nebraska, the Nebraska School Activities Association, but the North Star Athletic Association. Caleb Hoppy with the start on the mound for Spearfish. Their starter yesterday, Evan Luke, gave up 4 runs over 4 innings, and look to see how the Sodbusters tangle with the righty here, and Drew Vega is set to meet him for the first batter of the game. Drew Vega starting last night's game at second base. We'll watch ball 1 go by. Vega in last night's game, a pair of hits. Had the big insurance run RBI single in the 8th, also a single in the 4th. He was 2 for 3 as he also got hit by a pitch and was walked. Early on, Hoppy working from the stretch and takes down low for ball 2. Drew Vega last year, Sodbuster fans remember him, the team leader, tied for the team lead in hits with 47. Him and the guy on deck ended the season with 47 hits apiece and batted .341. Swing and a miss, big swing and a miss by Vega. Looked like a pitch inside to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Vega, Dardanelle, Arkansas native. From Arkansas, goes to Arkansas Tech. Just finished up his sophomore campaign there. 2-1 from Hoppy on the ground to second. Peyton Fort, off balance throw, makes it look easy, and the first out of the inning. For the Sodbusters, Ryan Jarvis is next.
A little different style of game. Even though we were scoreless through a couple of innings yesterday, all kinds of control issues for both starters. Right now, both teams seeing very good starts, coming out throwing strikes, and good defense here in the first inning and the third.
So Ryan Jarvis, the lefty, today's Sodbuster Spotlights. And go on Spotify and search up the Sodcast. You can find all of our pregame interviews that we do before that. You can find those on Spotify. 1-0 as the breaking ball just misses. That one had some serious drop on it from Hoppy. Another one goes to the back foot but misses for ball 2. For spring campaign for Hoppy, 5 appearances for Dakota State. Pitched 8 innings, a 7.88 ERA. Jarvis nubs it to short. Charging on the run and throwing on the run in plenty of time is Ben Foyer. He was trying to get that thing over there as quick as possible. That one, plenty of time for Foyer to get over to first.
Really good job for Ben because it kind of took a little weird hop off the side of the mound and didn't phase him at all. And really good defense here in this first inning.
So final look at Hoppy in 8 innings, 8 runs, only 7 earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Now the first pitch to the 3-hole hitter, Luke Koski. He was active on both sides of the baseball last night. Koski bats in the 3rd hole. He was the 6-hole hitter last night and got his first 2 Sodbuster hits in his final 2 at-bats and went 2 for 4. Hoppy misses just down low, 2 balls and no strikes. The defense for Spearfish tonight from left to right, it's Isaac Martinez, Sam Kwapnoski, and Ethan Musser. From 3rd to 1st, it's Diego Trujillo, Ben Foyer, Peyton Fort, and Jordan Bowman. Owen Michelson is the catcher. Called a strike on the outside part of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kurt Schmidt and Daniel Roth are tonight's umpires. Breaking ball gets in there. We're not sure exactly who is who. Got to guess, Steve? I should know. These guys were all here last year, but similarly statured gentlemen on the field.
And I really do not know. We could just go 50-50 and say, and call them the same all the time, or I can actually go down and ask. So
2-2 just misses downstairs. Actually check down to either Schmidt or Roth down there. We just got to say, horrible call by either Schmidt or Roth, whoever that guy is down there.
No, we do not say that because we give the umpires the respect they deserve.
Perfect answer. Swave and a miss on the 3-2. Strikeouts ends the first inning. Both pitchers go 3 up and 3 down in game number 2 of the 2025 season at Duncan Field. Top of the second headed your way on Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
6 batters have come up in this first inning, and all 6 batters have returned to the dugouts without reaching base. It's the top of the second inning. Derek Rocket out there to try and continue his perfect starts. And Scott Galusha, general manager, co-owner, just on the field, told us that, yep, it's probably going to start raining here soon, but no real lightning in the area, and we should be able to get this game in tonight. Our local broadcaster, meteorologist Steve Stein. What else what else you got for us?
As we take a look at the radar, 100% chance of rain at 7 o'clock, 90% chance at 8 o'clock, but then down to 30%. So, and we'll just kind of see how it all works out. I'm not a meteorologist, really have no clue. I'm just looking at the forecast right here. But that's a good thing about this field with the turf infield, good opportunity to play through any kind of light showers.
First batter of the inning, singles up the middle. Columbus native Sam Kwapnoski shoots it right back where it came from. Effort by Vega diving at second, just out of his reach. And that is the first base hit and base runner of the ballgame.
And for Spearfish, they're thinking, oh my gosh, an early threat. They had opportunities with free passes early yesterday, but a single before the 8th inning. Did not have a hit the first 7 innings of their season.
Sodbusters 7 2/3, shattered bat, hit the second, on to second for 1 to first. Not in time on the bang-bang play, but there goes the lumber of Ethan Mooser. That bat just exploded there. Fielder's choice out. They get Kwapnoski at second base.
Good job for Mooser to bust it down the line when that came off the bat. I thought it was going to be a relatively easy 6-4-3 double play. Loera to Vega. Vega with the good relay, but Mooser showing some speed, and the Sodbusters cut down that lead runner.
You and I were down there near the Spearfish dugout before the game, Steve, and they had another broken bat just kind of sitting down there, so it must not be an uncommon occurrence for the Sasquatch in their name. Large gentlemen, they got the strength to break those bats, obviously unintentionally, of course. But wood bats here in this summer league. Runner off first and gets back safely. Mooser looked like he was trying to steal, but Rocket kept his composure and just steps off. And no harm, no foul. Owen Michelson, the catcher, did not appear in last night's game. Sends that over towards the concession stands. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to Owen Michelson from Candler, North Carolina. Attends college at UNC Asheville, so not the Tar Heels. Their school right next to them. 1-1, another jam shot on the infield. Vega waits for it to come down, flips to second. They throw back to first, not in time, but the out is recorded. Weird balls being put in play here by Spearfish, but credit Vega to flip it to second for the get the leadoff runner again.
And Rocket, really good pitch, sawed him off again. That one had a lot of spin on it, and really potentially awkward play. Vega in front of the bag, dishing behind him to Loera. Those guys look like they've played together a lot, but just in their second game, really good job in the middle infield.
Ground ball in the first pitch, past the diving Ryan Jarvis into right field. Michelson hits the bag at second. He'll go for third. The throw from right to late. There's a 2-out single for Peyton Fort. The Spearfish second baseman puts him at the corners here in the second inning.
Swift moving game, going after a lot of first pitches, and you love the approach for Derek Rocket. Put it in there, see what happens, and, solid single through the infield, but a chance to get out of this with no damage done if you can make one more play.
Peyton Fort 0 for 4 in last night's game, but gets his first hit of the game in his first at bat. Still 2 outs, and here's Diego Trujillo. Gets the call in the outside corner. The catcher, Graham Hilton, did not receive it well, but still gets the call from the home plate umpire. Diego Trujillo did not bat last night, but he was the third reliever to come into the game for Spearfish. Sodbusters winning last night's contest by a score of 5-1. Trying to keep Spearfish off the board here in the second inning. Ball 2 just downstairs. Trujillo was the third reliever. He pitched an inning and 2/3, allowed 3 hits, a run, walked 2, and struck out 2. And we've got his stats right today. Line drive, and that's into right field. That leads to the game's first run on a hit and run. Throw goes into second, cut off, and an RBI single for Trujillo. The runner was on the move to second. Vega, I don't think he would have had a chance of it if he would have stayed his course at second base. Just a really good piece of hitting to bloop it into the right field gap.
Say, tremendous approach for Spearfish. You see this big ballpark, people swinging for the fences. That's not the way to go about things. They're just shortening their swings, putting the ball in play, and 3 hits and a run here in this second inning.
Now already to the 9th place hitter. Rocket delivers strike 1, and you'll take that. As long as you're filling up the strike zone, sometimes it's not going to go your way. But credit Rocket for at least getting it in the strike zone and letting the offense beat him the hard way. Cut and a miss downstairs for Martinez. He was last night's beer batter, and it sounds like he is the beer batter again tonight. He did oblige to strike out 1 time last night. He was 0 for 4, but did drive in a run on a fielder's choice in the 9th inning. There is the strikeout. The beer batter goes down for the second straight night, but Spearfish grabs the 1-0 lead. During our break, the fans will rush to the upper deck concession stands, and we'll be back with you in the bottom of the second on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Bottom of the second inning, cruising along through the first 3 half innings. We're just 20 minutes into game time. Sodbusters will look to get that run back after going 3 up and 3 down in the first inning of play. They'll go back up against Caleb Hoppy. Look at some other baseball action from around the area. Last night in the Independence League, it was the only other game happening was Oahe versus Casper, the defending champions, and Oahe zapped the Spuds. They fried them 15-8, the score against Oahe, who had the worst winning percentage of the full season teams last year against the defending champions, and that's why you just never know what's going to happen from season to season. And early on, Oahe winning 15-8 last night, so the Zap and the Sodbusters, the two undefeated teams right now. Weston Johnson, the first batter of the inning, grounds it foul towards the first base dugout. Johnson making a couple nice plays in the field in the first inning last night as the designated hitter. 2 for 3, had an RBI single, and then just a plain old single in his other one. 0-1, cut and a miss on the high fastball. Would have likely been the first ball of the game. Quickly, 0-2. Hoppy looking to continue his streak so far. The 0-2, right back to him. Snares it, and underhand toss to first. That is the first out of the inning. 4 up, 4 down for Hoppy and the Sasquatch to start off today's game.
Home plate umpire, Daniel Roth.
Awesome. Steve went on a little adventure to figure that out for us.
And it is Michelson. So their catcher is Michelson, so we're double-checking those things, too. We're still learning here, game number 2. Don't see that at Major League Ballpark. The announcers don't go down and ask the coach during the game. So yeah.
They've got media guides with the pronunciations in it. We do not have such luck. But, of course, that would take a lot of extra work to do that. But, so if we're mispronouncing your kid's name on the YouTube live stream, we apologize, but please let us know. Check swing foul down the first base line by Graham Hilton. Again, I love just the pure yellow bat he has. It's just a little bit brighter, a little bit more yellow than the golden Sodbuster color jerseys, but Graham Hilton, the catcher, for the second consecutive night. RBI single for him in last night's contest to go 1 for 5. On the few hops to second base, Peyton Fort makes the play over to first. That is 2 up and 2 down here in this bottom of the second inning. Still, Sodbusters looking for their first base runner. It's now 4 groundouts and a strikeout, as nothing has left the infield yet for the Busters, 5 batters in. Tonight in Independence League action, it's just Oahe and Casper again at 8:30 Central, 7:30 Mountain Time. Nobody else plays besides Oahe, Casper, Spearfish, or the Sodbusters until Tuesday. Fremont opens its season against this Spearfish squad, and the Prospects will travel to Casper, and that's when the Sodbusters and Zap start their 3-game midweek series. Tyler Welsh, Hastings College guy, spent the past 3 seasons with the Broncos, getting his first action in game time tonight. Welsh has also spent past 2 seasons with the Sodbusters as well. 284 average for Tyler last year. Had 6 doubles, which was the second best mark on the team. Seemed like they could really count on him in clutch moments last year. Welsh ahead in the count, 2-0 against Hoppy. Fouls that off the plate and then off his bat again. Double foul ball right there. The count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Also for Husker athletics around the country, the softball team falling just a run short, 3-2 against Tennessee. That means there will be a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow to advance to the College World Series. And baseball leads Penn State 4-3 in the 5th inning in Omaha in the Big Ten Tournament semifinals after they took down number 1 Oregon 7-3 earlier today. Welsh now with a 2-2 count, trying to get on base for the first time today. Caleb Hoppy's pitch. Bounced it in there. Good foot in front of the plate. Well, like last night's game, we started with overcast skies. We did see some sun peek out, but I don't think that is going to happen this evening. Wind is starting to pick up a little bit more, too, blowing straight in from left field. Payoff pitch with 2 outs. Got him swinging. High fastball. Second strikeout for Caleb Hoppy. He's through 2 perfect innings. We go to the 3rd inning. Steve Stein's got you for the next few. We'll be back with Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Cooking along through the first 2 innings, and very similar to last night's game where it's scoreless through 2 innings. But as Steve just mentioned to me across the break, we are many pitches less and lots of time quicker than last night's game. Steve, take us away in inning number 3.
About 30 pitches fewer and about 25 minutes faster through first 2 innings. It's crisply played, even though we have a run on the board as the Spearfish Sasquatch lead at 1-0 heading into inning number 3. You love the approach of Derek Rocket and Caleb Hoppy so far. Pepper the zone with strikes here at Duncan Field and see what happens. And so far, Spearfish has got the better of things so far. Not really a lot of solid contact, no extra base hits, just getting the ball into the outfield, and Spearfish cashing a run on 3 hits in that second inning, and they're back to the top of the order for Seth Nelson, who flew out to left his first time up, and he takes inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, according to home plate umpire Daniel Roth. Kurt Schmidt working the field here. Game number 2 of Sodbuster Baseball, 4:08 to straightaway center here at Duncan, and the pitch is missing for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes on Seth Nelson. Nelson 0 for 4 yesterday. He was at Hope International in 2024. Is now at Lewis and Clark College. Takes a curveball right across for strike 1, 2-1. And you love the early returns here for Derek Rocket. Wasn't sure what to expect, but a guy that is going to be counted on to fill some innings. And he's off to a really good start, even though he has given up a run. This off-speed pitch stays high. Count goes to 3 balls and a strike on Seth Nelson. These 2 pitchers haven't gotten close to walking anybody yet. A 3-ball count now, and Rocket trying to bounce back as he winds and delivers. And this one is chopped back to him. Ooh, foul ball. It got a piece of Seth Nelson, and 3-2 the count now. It was off his foot and back to Rocket. They'll give Seth Nelson a few minutes here as he's ready to go. Going to get back in that left-handed box and try to put that behind him as he now has a 3-2 pitch coming.
There's never a good time to foul the ball off your foot, but when it's a little bit chillier than normal, that is definitely not the time to do it.
Rocket brings a 3-2 pitch home, and this one is hit high in the air to right center field, carrying pretty well, and that is going to fall. This will be extra bases for Nelson. Around second, headed toward third. Here comes the relay throw from Vega, and it is not in time. It gets by, but no chance for further advancement, and it's a leadoff triple to begin the third as a solid shot to right center for Seth Nelson, the product from Lewis and Clark University from San Pedro, California, puts his team in a position to get a second run on the board.
Not only did he get that up in the air, he blasted that a long way too. Off the bat, thought Cooper Harrell and Wright might have enough time to track it down, but it is just too far back. Relay throw almost got him there, but you can almost live with that, as that one could have rolled a lot longer. Nelson, maybe if he's a little bit speeder, might have been able to take an extra base. Who knows?
Bouncing ball comes back to the pitcher, bobbles, looks to third, now tosses to first just in time to get Ben Foyer on a 1-0 delivery. Rocket, nice composure to hang in there. Didn't know if he was going to have time to look the runner back, but did so anyway, and that keeps the runner at third with 1 out now for Jordan Bowman.
That is a long underhand toss there. Once I saw him go down, I'm like, is he going to get it there in time? Just had enough oomph on it to get it in time for the out.
First pitch to Jordan is fouled away. No balls and a strike on Jordan Bowman, who went down on a 5-3 ground out his first time up. Jordan Bowman 0 for 2 in the season opener yesterday as Sodbusters won that game 5-1 and out-hit the Sasquatch 10-2. Here comes the 0-1 delivery from Derek Rocket. It's outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Catcher is Graham Hilton. Playing first base for the Sodbusters, Ryan Jarvis. That's where he spent the spring for Saginaw Valley in Michigan. Played outfield yesterday, though, for the Sodbusters. As the pitch fouled away, 1-2. Strikeout would look big right here with the runner at third and less than 2 outs. Second baseman is Drew Vega. Playing shortstop is Christian Loera. Good middle infield for this Sodbuster squad, showing impressive skills yesterday, and Weston Johnson is at third base. 1-2 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball back up the middle. It comes to the shortstop. The throw home. One hopper. Out! Nice job hanging in there for Graham Hilton. Loera got rid of it, and they were able to gun him down. Reaching on a fielder's choice grounder is Bowman. 6-2 on the putout. 2 outs in the inning.
Crossing the plate, Nelson, he was adamant that he was safe. He didn't turn and complain to the umpire. He just kind of kept sprinting past the plate, and I saw his mouth wide open there, kind of looking back, thinking that there was no way that he was out. The throw definitely beat him, unless there was a little bit of a fancy move and a missed tag there. I don't see how Nelson could have been safe.
Yeah, I thought it was a relatively easy call, a relatively easy play, and hats off to Daniel Roth for making that call, and how about Loera and particularly Hilton to come through with that stop, because a ball in the turf, you've got to not only grab it but apply the tag. Just a tremendous job for Hilton to get both things done. Loera, give him credit, he got rid of it in a hurry. It just wasn't a good throw, but the Sodbusters do cut down potential second run at the plate, and now runner at first and 2 outs now for the Spearfish Sasquatch, as the pitch misses. Sam Kwapnowski, who had a single his first time up, was eliminated on the fielder's choice, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, no runs across after the leadoff triple. The Sodbusters on the verge of getting out of this with no damage done. Rocket brings it in, bouncing ball to the right side and foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kwapnowski. Hopefully some of Sam's family able to come, because there's games, I'm sure, where they're not going to be able to go see him, but when he goes to Fremont and he goes to Hastings, good opportunity to make short road trips to see the son play. 1-2 with 2 outs. And the pitch. Fastball stays high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Sam Kwapnowski for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Went 1 for 3, one of the 2 hits for Spearfish in that season opener, a team which was a solid hitting squad a year ago at .325. Pitch fouled away. Every year is a little bit different. You just don't know what you're going to get, particularly these first couple of weeks. But I know an eye-opening score, but you think, oh, it's game 1 of 50, and who knows what the talent level or who knows who all's at there. But Oahe, which has been owned at the bottom of the league here for a couple of years against Casper, the best team in the league last year. Bouncing ball to the first baseman, and that's handled by Ryan Jarvis, who steps on the bag to retire Kwapnowski. But yesterday, Oahe goes to Casper and wins 15-8. Casper, a year ago, they were dynamite. Champions, 44-10 for the year. We'll take a break. Have the bottom half of inning number 3. It's 1-0 Spearfish. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Really well-pitched game, well-defended game through the first 2.5. 1-0. Sodbusters bounce back from a leadoff triple, and Derek Rocket works his way out of it. The big play in the inning, Christian Loera bringing a throw home to gun down a runner at the plate, Seth Nelson, able to get him out. The runner at third and 1 man out, and then Rocket able to prompt a weak grounder to first. Ryan Jarvis played it well to step on the bag. The Sodbusters out of the inning with no damage done, still trailing at 1-0 as Bottom of the order coming up, Zane Wilson, Cooper Harrell, and Christian Loera against Caleb Hoppy, who has been perfect through 2, a couple of strikeouts, and he's thrown only 25 pitches. Off to a great start here today as Hoppy winds and delivers and puts it across for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Zane Wilson for the Hastings Sodbusters, making his debut. He's a Saginaw Valley Stater out of Michigan. Cardinals went 30-22 in the spring, and Wilson hit .298. Pretty solid spring campaign with a home run. Watch his strike 2 here. He knocked in 9 and scored 9, played 32 games for the Cardinals of Saginaw Valley State. Got to get a little pipeline to that college here the last couple of years. You kind of see colleges come and go in terms of who they get year in and year out. Pitch fouled off. Zane Wilson down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom half of inning number 3 in a 1-0 game with Spearfish on top. Arkansas Tech has been a school that has provided players virtually every year of the Sodbuster existence, I believe, particularly in recent years. 0-2 delivery, way high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Had a couple of South Dakota State guys on the roster last year, not this season. Trying to get guys from the local towns, particularly Hastings, Kearney, and Grand Island. Had a Central City guy the last couple of years. There's an Aurora player this year nearby. Swing and a miss. Zane Wilson down on strikes in his first Sodbuster at bat. 3 strikeouts now for Hoppy, and that'll bring to the plate Cooper Harrell.
Hoppy looking good so far with the 3 strikeouts through 7 batters. Told you that he faced a total of 37 batters in the spring and only struck out 6 of them, and he is well ahead of that mark right now.
Cooper Harrell, Arkansas State Mountain home guy. He's a 2-way guy. Will do some pitching and playing the outfield today, out in right field, and watches the pitch go by for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Cooper Harrell for the Hastings Sodbusters. He's a left-handed hitter against the righty Caleb Hoppy.
Another neat thing about summer baseball, you mentioned the 2-way players, that their spring coaches, they probably wouldn't let them get to do that. And you get to have a little bit of fun at the home plate or the summer season.
Harrell tried to check his swing, couldn't get it done as they appealed down to Kurt Schmidt, and they say he did offer at it. The pitch was in the turf, as Caleb Hoppy has been really good here the first 3 innings in Hastings. 1-1 delivery. Right on the outside corner for a strike. 1 and 2 on Cooper Harrell. Number 8 hitter. It's been 7 up and 7 down for the Hastings Sodbusters against Caleb Hoppy, the right-hander. 1-2 delivery. And swing and a miss. It was in the turf. Throw down to first to complete the strikeout. No problem there for Spearfish and Owen Michelson. And 3 straight strikeouts wrapped around the second inning break, and that'll bring to the plate Christian Loera.
Yeah, big fastball for Hoppy, and then mixing in that breaking ball. We've seen that just dive out of the zone, whatever that pitch is. Sodbusters have not been able to time it up.
Christian Loera steps to the plate. It's been really good defensively, and he should be. He was the best defensive player in the state of Oklahoma after his senior year, beating out Matt Holliday's son. So, kind of a claim to fame for Christian Loera, now taking his college skills on to Arkansas State Mountain home, playing for his head coach of the Hastings Sodbusters, Josh Printer. Pitch taken for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Christian Loera. Loera yesterday going 0 for 1, did score a couple of runs and walked twice for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Hoppy brings it in. Curveball of beauty right on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Christian Loera as Hoppy trying to remain perfect through 3 against Hastings. 1-0. Really good pitchers duel going on. Derek Rockets held his team right in there, giving Hastings what it needs here. Quality start for the Sodbusters. 1-2 pitch. Bouncer over the pitcher's head. Going to be a tough play. Second baseman's got it. Sets, throws, and it bounces away. Good hustle down for Loera. He is aboard. Great hustle for Peyton Ford. He was able to get there through a 1-hopper. Jordan Bowman couldn't bring it in cleanly. And the Sodbusters have their first base runner and turn the lineup over with Drew Vega.
That was just going to be a tough play to whoever fielded it. I think the reason Fort takes it there because He's the one closer to it, but Foyer, the shortstop, would have had his momentum going towards the base. Going to roll that an infield single.
And that'll bring to the plate Vega. Vega grounded at the second baseman his first time up. Lays down a bunt here. Going to be a tough play. Third baseman will not have a play as Diego Trujillo tried to barehand it. And once he didn't get it, I don't think he's going to get Drew Vega anyway. Back-to-back infield singles, and the Sodbusters trying to steal a run here. So it was 8 up and 8 down. Now Loera and Vega back-to-back infield singles, and just who you want coming to the plate, Ryan Jarvis for the Hastings Sodbusters. A 3:30 spring at Saginaw Valley State, getting regular playing time this year, and so really excelled in his role after such a solid summer last year to be one of the leaders on the Hastings Sodbuster team. First and second, 2 outs, the pitch. He squares to bunt. Ball gets away from the catcher, but not very far. Throw to third. Safe! Under the tag goes Christian Loera. He is able to get in. I guess we technically call it a wild pitch since it did get just behind the catcher. Michelson made a good, strong throw, but the tag applied a little bit tardy, and the Sodbusters have runners at the corners now, 2 outs.
Bang, bang play. Trujillo thought they got him. I thought they might have gotten him too.
That was my first thought, but that's why I'm up here. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Jarvis. Your first instinct to see a turf ball like that is to try to advance, but it only bounced a few feet behind Michelson, who's got a pretty good arm, and he gunned it down to third. And a 1-1 delivery on the way, and this one is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's with the kind of speed you have and 2 strikes on the hitter, do you try to put the runner in motion at first? They were able to execute a double steal yesterday and get a run home. This would be a count where you do it because Jarvis is down in the count at 1-2. Runner does not go, and the pitch taken just outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, runner at first. Vega 28 for 33 in stolen bases last year. That led the team, but he is not getting a huge lead whatsoever at first base.
No kind of jump, but it's kind of surprising against the right-hander. Does go. Pitch taken outside. The runner goes to second. The throw down is going to be in time, and the Sodbusters can't get the run home from third. So they tried the straight steal, didn't try to get Vega in a rundown. The Sodbuster threat is averted here. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. As we head to the 4th inning, it's Spearfish 1, Hastings nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Into the 4th inning, fun baseball here as Hastings trails by a score of 1-0. Really good job for the catcher, Owen Michelson, to gut it down to Ben Foyer. They apply the tag on Drew Vega. Vega didn't have a big league and not a great jump, and pretty quick to the plate for Kalo Hoppy. And all of those signs helped Spearfish get the caught stealing, and the Sodbusters could not get that runner home from third in time. They tried for the straight steal and then did send the runner late. Didn't try to get caught in the rundown like they did yesterday with the Drew Vega's stealing capability. And here comes Ethan Moosers. He steps to the plate and fouls the first pitch back. No balls and 1 strike. You love the approach of Derek Rocket. I think he's had 1 3-ball count so far. He has peppered the zone and kept this Spearfish team at bay for the most part. They do have 4 hits, but just 1 run. And like I say, defense is sharp behind you because you are getting it, you're throwing a lot of strikes. Balls have been put in play, and Spearfish has been able to scratch out a run. Sodbusters able to get out of difficulty last inning with a runner at third and nobody out, and Spearfish fails to score. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Mooser. Here in the top half of inning number 4, Ethan was a fielder's choice victim his first time up, grounded into the fielder's choice, reached, and the pitch is taken outside. And the count goes, it's actually 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ethan Mooser. As he stands in the left-handed box against the right-hander Rocket. Brings it in. A little bit low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-ball count to the first batter of the 3rd inning, and Seth Nelson drilled a triple into the right center field gap. Another 3-ball count here as Rocket hasn't walked anybody yet. 3-2 pitch on the way. Hit hard back up the middle, and that's a base hit. 5 hits in the game as Mooser aboard with a leadoff single for Spearfish. Mooser, the Northern Colorado prospect from Canada. And what a great name if you're a Canadian. When I think of Canada, I think of Moose. And he told me it wasn't Mooser, it's Mooser. And he has a leadoff single here in the 4th. Owen Michelson comes to the plate, fielder's choice grounder, and he scored the run for Spearfish back in the 2nd. We're in the 4th of a 1-0 game. Spearfish on top. They've out-hit this Hastings squad 5-2. The first pitch, an off-speeder across for a strike. Owen Michelson. Opportunity to play a long way from home. North Carolina guy playing in Spearfish. And that's one of the fun things about summer ball. You go all the way across the country to play at a school or play at a town that you probably haven't been to. Good chance to learn about other parts of the country and meet other guys. Pitch behind Michelson. This will go all the way back to the screen. No chance for Hilton here as on to second on the wild pitch will be Mooser. And I'm not sure what happened there because Rocket has just been right around the zone the entire time, and that was behind the head of Michelson.
Well, as you can't probably tell on our stream, but the concrete is starting to show some spots on there. The rain has begun here in Hastings, so got to keep that in mind. Pitchers might lose a little bit of grip here in the coming pitches.
Off speeder, line drive to the third baseman, caught, then they throw back to second, ball gets away, and advancing to third will be Mooser. It was a line shot at Weston Johnson. He immediately threw to second. It happened so fast that Vega hadn't reached the bag yet. Vega fortunate to get any kind of piece of it. It bounced away from him, and Mooser advances. So it's a line out to the third baseman. Mooser advances on the throwing error for Weston Johnston, and runner at third, 1 out now for Peyton Fort.
Yeah, I totally understand wanting to get that double play. Most of the times your fielder might be there, but you got to know that maybe the fielder isn't there and see if he's not there. Just save yourself the trouble. Keep that runner at second instead of at third.
Well, especially when you look at where Vega's playing. He was playing the left-handed hitter to pull, and so he was a long way away from second base. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is missing. Because certainly if they would have had a fielder there, it would have been a double play, but they just didn't have the fielder back to the bag at that time yet. Peyton Ford at the plate, 2-0 count his way. Swings and misses here, 2-1 on Peyton Ford, who singled his last time up as part of their run-scoring inning. They put up a run on 3 hits in the 2nd. Now they've out-hit the Sodbusters 5-2, trying to cash this error for a 2nd run in the 4th. Off speed, swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hasn't been a real strikeout game for Derek Rocket, just 1 K, but maybe more importantly, no walks to this point as he has been in the zone. We haven't seen a walk in the game after yesterday. There was a few. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fouled away down the third base line. It remains 2-2 on Peyton Fort. Fort 0 for 4 in his debut for Spearfish. Great spring for him. 368, 7 home runs for North Iowa Area Community College, the Trojans. He's from Council Bluffs, Iowa. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul ball just did stay alive as Hilton couldn't grab that one as it was fouled into the turf. It remains 2-2.
The rain coming down, most fans seeking shelter, but I tip my imaginary cap to those with the ponchos on and braving the rain in the weather. Well, looks like need a new bat too. Also, maybe that Fort might have broken a bat. That'd be the 2nd one of the game for Spearfish. It looked like it was intact, but sometimes the smallest sliver can come off of those wood bats, something that those guys don't have to deal with in the spring.
You mentioned the moisture could be a factor as this game wears on. I hope it doesn't rain enough to stop play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and this one swung on and missed. A big strikeout, and you love the approach of Rocket. This is the second straight inning where it's been a runner at third and less than 2 outs, find a way to make a big pitch. He gets a line out, and now a strikeout, and a chance to survive this with no damage done with Diego Trujillo coming to the plate. Trujillo, right-handed hitter. Rocket brings home the pitch. Outside, and Hilton's been a wall back there. Needs to continue to do that with that runner just 90 feet down the line. 1 ball and no strikes. Trujillo trying for his second RBI of the day after he came in as a relief pitcher yesterday. Trujillo in the field today, starting at third base. Pitch way outside. Nice stop for Hilton to save the run. 2 balls and no strikes on Trujillo. He's a product of Mount Hood Community College in Washington. Rocket winds and delivers. Curveball, a little bit low, in danger of walking his first. The first 3-0 count of the day for Derek Rocket. And you mentioned it, Ryan. Could be tougher and tougher to get a feel for that ball as the rain continues to come down. 3-0. A little bit low, 4 straight out of the zone, and it is the first walk for Rocket. Isaac Martinez will come to the plate as we will see a visit to the mound here by the catcher, Graham Hilton. No action in the Sodbuster bullpen at this point. It's going to be Isaac Martinez, the beer batter. He did strike out his last time up. Just need an atom ball right here or a strikeout to get out of this with still no damage done. Had a 1-2-3 first, but threats each of the last 3 innings. 1 run on 3 hits in the second. No runs on a hit. They stranded a leadoff triple in the third, and then here in the fourth, leadoff single. A big play in the inning to get the runner to third. A line out to third. Then they tried to throw behind the runner to get him, and the fielder hadn't reached the bag yet, so it bounced away, allowing Mooser to advance to third. But then a strikeout to keep that runner at third base with 2 outs now. Then the walk. That's where we are, and we'll see if Spearfish tries to do anything fancy here with runners at the corners. Rocket takes a look and brings the pitch home. Off speed, fouled away as Isaac Martinez down to the count 0-1. And what fans are remaining, maybe want hot chocolate batter instead of the beer batter at this point. I don't know. It's still not that terribly cold. It was 10 degrees colder yesterday, but going to feel colder with the wind and now the rain. Ball through the wickets. It comes back to the catcher. He dives but cannot make the play. Boy, you seldom see that at Duncan Field. It bounced right back to Graham Hilton, who made a dive to try to get Mooser. Couldn't get it done. It's a wild pitch to score a second run, and it's 2-0. And a 1 ball and 1 strikeout on Isaac Martinez, advancing on the play. Trujillo to second. Here's the pitch. Inside. Count goes to 2-1.
That last pitch went right through the 5-hole of Hilton, right in between the legs, and then had a little bit of a try to play ring around the rosy with Daniel Roth there. Even if he does get that cleanly, I think the runner still does beat the play.
Swing and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, generally that's an easy score from home, and it doesn't really bounce back to the catcher that often like that, but it took a clean hop and came right back to the catcher, Hilton. But you mentioned it, Mooser able to beat it fairly comfortably. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So the beer batter's gone down on strikes twice. 3 strikeouts in the game for Derek Rocket. We are through 3.5 as Spearfish cashes a run on 1 hit. There was an error. And 1 man left as we head to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's 2-0 Spearfish. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Into the bottom half of inning number 4, 2-0 the score. Spearfish on top on a soggy night here at Duncan Field. We did hear from owner General Manager Scott Galusha on the mic between innings. No lightning in the area, a shower, and right now with Duncan Field, you're able to pretty much play in the rain. It's got an all-turf infield. It's not been real heavy rain, and right now the field is playable, so we're going to play on. It's not the best situation, but by golly, if you love baseball, you're going to come out and try to get it out. And if you love watching baseball, hallelujah and hats off to the, 75 people or so who are in the seats. There are also a pretty good number who have come now under the protective awning at the top of Duncan Field. Just a gorgeous facility if you're watching from around the nation. Hope you have a chance to come to Hastings, visit the community and the region in person, and see really one of the neat ballparks in not only the Independence League, but in America. It's fun. The brick outfield, 408 to straightaway center, 405 to the alleys, 370 down the left field line, 367, one of the biggest ballparks in the country. And Ryan Jarvis will lead things off. He was at the plate when Drew Vega was caught stealing to end the third. Sodbusters looking for the offense. Yesterday they scored 2 runs in the third, 2 runs in the fourth, out-hit Spearfish 10-2 and won the game by a score of 5-1. They're being out-hit in this game 5-2. Their best chance was that third when they had a couple of infield singles, but no runs across. The only 2 hits allowed by Caleb Hoppy is the pitch a little bit high for ball 1. Ryan Jarvis for the Hastings Sodbusters. Stands in the left-handed box against the righty, Caleb Hoppy. He's been found, the Dakota State product. Winds and delivers. Pitch taken upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Very aggressive major for Ryan Jarvis. Rehab medicine in pre-physical therapy at this time, so he's got some schooling ahead of him. Finish up there at Saginaw Valley and then go on to another university as the pitch is fouled back. 2 balls and a strike on Ryan Jarvis, so can kind of see the end of baseball. A couple of more years and his baseball days will be over as we go into medicine. Pitch across for strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jarvis. Great to see him getting regular playing time and kind of set the foundation with that solid summer last year when he hit .296, and then in the spring, .330 for Saginaw Valley. 2-2 pitch. High and away, 3-2. Plan is, though, for him just to be here about a month, and then he will mainly hit the weight room to get ready to go for the fall ball at Saginaw Valley. 3-2 pitch on the way. Hard hit ball, 1 hopper at the shortstop, who makes a nice stop, turns, throws to first in time. How about that? Spearfish, Ben Foyer, really good job to make that short hop stop, did a little pirouette and gunned down Ryan Jarvis. 1 out here in the 4th.
After keeping score at home, score that 6-3 with maybe a star on there. An excellent play. Looked like Foyer lost his footing at starts, but gave it everything he had over at first base, and Bowman able to make the clean reception.
Here's Luke Causey now, struck out his first time up and takes the pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Luke. Out of Arkansas Tech, he's a two-way guy. Could see some time on the mound as well. Had a multi-hit game, 2 for 4 yesterday against the Sasquatch. Sodbusters won that game 5-1. Pitch fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sodbusters winning 3 of the 5 meetings a year ago, including 2 out of 3 here. July series, winning 9-5, losing 8-5, and winning 12-3. After they split a couple of games in Spearfish in mid-June last season. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Spearfish came into existence in 2018 as part of the Expedition League. Had a couple of sub-500 years, but then 2021, they were dynamite. 46-21. Pitch taken outside, 3 balls and a strike on Luke Causey. 1 out, nobody on, and a rare 3-ball count for Caleb Hoppy, who's just been pretty dominant through the first 3+ innings of this one. Just no runs on 2 hits. 3-1 delivery. Misses for ball 4 and Causey aboard.
Can really see Hoppy rubbing his pitching hand on his leg, trying to dry that hand off. It appears that the rain is affecting the grip on his pitches right now.
A 2021 team for Spearfish losing to Souris Valley for the Expedition League title. 46-21. They followed that up going 30-31, but ended up winning their division championship. Lost to Western Nebraska in the title series. Up there now for Hastings is Weston Johnson. Johnson getting a start at third base today, taking ball 1. Runner at first, and 1 out. Sodbusters trailing it by a score of 2-0. Long time at the set. Brings the pitch low for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And so this game could bog down a little bit with the challenges that the pitchers will face with wet conditions. Spearfish went 27-29 in 2023, and a really solid year last year. They were right in the hunt for the playoffs to the final weekend as well, with 32-20. 2-0 pitch. Taken on the inside corner for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike on Weston Johnson. DH yesterday, grounded the pitcher his first time up in this contest for the Hastings Sodbusters. Another Arkansas Tech guy, 2 for 3 in his Hastings debut with an RBI and a stolen base, 1 of 6 in the game for Hastings as they were very aggressive on the base paths. Tried to steal a base back in the 3rd inning, but cut down. Drew Vega, the top base stealer for the Sodbusters a year ago. 3-1 the count now, and a runner at first, and Hoppy walked his first and in danger of walking back-to-back batters here. 3-1 delivery. Low for a ball. Did not get the call there. Hoppy, a little smile on his face, although I don't think he's happy.
Catcher Owen Michelson turns around to the umpire very slowly, and I'm saying, hey, where was that? Just a bit down? Okay.
Yep, Daniel Roth looked over to the third base dugout and said, yep, down low.
Can imagine the conversation those two are having on the mound right now. Probably likely to the tune of, don't worry, that was a strike. Just shake that off and try and keep that hand dry here. Get yourself a 2-run lead. Sodbusters have only been able to piece together singles so far in the 3rd inning, which both did not leave the infield.
Graham Hilton, big chance now. Just 1 out. See if the Sodbusters can find a way to get these runs home and get this game tied. Hilton a ground out to the second baseman his first time up. Hoppy's been really good through 3 1/3. Now trying to battle the weather as much as anything. First and second, 1 out for Hastings, trailing at 2-0. This pitch is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Spearfish, a defensive alignment of Owen Michelson behind the plate. Jordan Bowman at first. Second base, it's Peyton Fort. Hoppy out of the stretch. Looks back to second. Brings home the delivery. And checking his swing, we do believe. Oh my gosh! Graham Hilton, recipient of a strike there as he tried to check his swing, and the field umpire Kurt Schmidt said he went around. 1 ball, 1 strike. A little different mindset now at 1-1 compared to 2-0, and a pitcher that maybe is battling it. That's a big call going against the Sodbusters. 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss here. Like say 2-0, you're probably taking that pitch. 1-1, you're swinging, and now it's all in favor of Caleb Hoppy now.
Yeah, looking at that last swing just briefly, the bat may not have gone around, the hands may have extended a little farther, but then again, the official rule on a swing is if the umpire determines that the batter attempted to strike at the pitch. Nothing about the bat going around a certain way. That is the only determination in a swing.
1-2 pitch fouled away. So says the former umpire Ryan Valenta. It's cool to have a broadcaster who knows all the rules, and very neat to have this guy alongside who actually has umpired before.
And even just looking up stuff, too, because fans so many times will say, his bat went around or this rule happened. There's so many baseball myths out there that are still, people believe that are real rules, and that is not one of them.
1-2 pitch on the way. little bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Big moment in this game. That last foul ball, really good job for Hilton, who fought off the curveball to get another look here. Trying to hang in there, put the ball in play, and see what happens against this Spearfish team, because it's going to be tougher to play defense now with a wet ball. Damp turf. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's in the turf and back to the screen, and advancing on the play will be Causey and Johnston on the wild pitch, and now all of a sudden you're a bloop single away from tying it up, and 3-2 on Hilton. So Hilton coming all the way back here, and a chance to perhaps come through, if nothing else, get on and let Tyler Welch come to the plate, and we saw Tyler with some big moments a year ago for this Hastings Sodbuster team.
Yeah, with a 3-2 count here, I'm being very selective. Find a pitch that is right into the zone. If it's outside, let it go. The wet ball could make him wild here.
Hoppy brings home the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at ball 4. Went after one up in his eyes, and it is a frustrated Graham Hilton who heads to the Sodbuster dugout. 2 outs, a large out there, and now Tyler Welch trying to pick up his team.
Yeah, definitely a ball up there. Not by a lot, though. I think Hilton was in the mindset of, I want to get this game tied myself. He probably would have had ball 4.
Tyler Welch, right-hander against the right-handed pitcher. Hoppy trying to wiggle out of trouble here. Throws a first pitch off speeder right across for strike. Welch, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Tyler Welch, his 3rd year with the Sodbusters, at 182 in the spring for Hastings College, so he knows how to play here at Duncan Field. And he probably has battled through some days like this at Duncan Field, because spring ball is just miserable sometimes. Off-speed pitch drill down the left field line, but foul. Count quickly, 2 strikes on Welsh, and Hoppy trying to escape this 4th inning with no damage done. We have seen Derek Rocket battle through these last 2 innings, did allow that unearned run in the top of the 4th inning. Hastings, danger of stranding a couple more here. They had a runner at 3rd last inning, couldn't get him home. 0-2 pitch, inside. Didn't quite break back over the plate. 1-2. Really good spot for Caleb Hoppy. 1-2 now for Welch. Runner at 3rd, Causey. The runner at 2nd, Weston Johnson. A 2-0 lead for Spearfish in the bottom half of inning number 4, and what's turned into a soggy evening at Duncan Field, with the wind blowing from the right field corner to the left field corner. Pitch outside, 2-2. Pitch count mounting a bit now. Hoppy not throwing very many pitches first couple of innings. He's now up to 70 pitches, 39 strikes. He was so sharp the first couple of innings, and really when the rain started, we've seen both pitchers have their issues getting handles on the baseball. 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 on. The pitch. Misses down low. Good job hanging in there and not offering at it. They appeal, but no swing for Tyler Welch, and it's 3-2. So another 3-ball count. This is the 4th straight batter. Make it the 5th straight batter. Every batter in this inning has reached 3 balls against Hoppy, and Hoppy rarely hit 3 balls the first couple of innings in this game. 3-2 with 2 outs. Off speed, fouled away. Welch will make him throw another. So Hoppy up to 72 pitches. Meanwhile, on the other side, Derek Rocket, 68 pitches through 4. So he's in the dugout and will be coming out for that 5th. No action behind him, and about all you can ask for the Hastings Sodbusters these first 2 games of the year. 7 innings yesterday for the starter. Going to get today's starter into the 5th. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, but it's back to the screen. It takes a hop. The throw down to first. Out. Good hustle there for Michelson to get back to the backstop to throw out Welch to complete the strikeout. A run would have scored, but back-to-back Ks to end the inning for Caleb Hoppy, and it remains a 2-0 game. Sodbusters no runs, no hits, 2 men left. We head to inning number 5, Spearfish 2, Hastings nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Head to the 5th inning here at Duncan Field as Spearfish owns a 2-0 advantage, and we'll take you back to Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. Sodbusters will look to put another 0 on the scoreboard as they have done that in 2 innings. Derek Rocket continues on his quest in his first outing as a Sodbuster this year, and then he will go up against the top of the Spearfish lineup to start off an inning for the 3rd inning in 5 innings. It is Seth Nelson who has the game's only extra base hit, tripled into the right center field gap. He's going to send it that way again, but this time it's to Cooper Harrell. 1 pitch, 1 out to start off the 5th inning. Nelson flies out, and he's now 1 for 3 today.
Like that start for Rocket, trying to maximize the number of pitches and like to get some contact. And he really has done a good job of pitching to contact so far in the game. Just 1 walk allowed to go along with the 3 strikeouts.
Update in Omaha, Nebraska still leads Penn State 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning in the Big Ten semifinals. The winner will play UCLA, the number 2 seed, tomorrow. Ben Foyer showing bunt, but pulling back for ball 1. The shortstop today has made some nice plays in the field, 0 for 2. He has visited the corner infielders. Well, the corner infielder on his first at-bat just over the head on the bloop single for Foyer. Loera just over his head, and the 1-out single for Foyer. First base runner of the 5th for the Spearfish.
Really good pitch for Derek Rocket, and there's been a few of the 6 hits today. Other than that triple, there hasn't been a great deal of balls hit with authority against Derek Rocket today, and you really like what you see in the first start for the Sodbusters for Derek Rocket.
Exactly on point there. Foyer pinch hit last night and had a single, so he is now 2 for 4 in this series. Wave and a miss on the first pitch by Jordan Bowman. Bowman a ground out to third base and reaching on a fielder's choice. He is 0 for 2. Pop shot into right field, and it's going to find a gap again. Going first to second, holding at second is the base runner. Good job by Harrell to get it back in quickly, and another shot that was not hit very hard, but perfectly placed by Bowman.
Not going to break many bats when you're not hitting it that hard. It's a really good pitch from Derek Rocket, and right now they're just hitting him where the Sodbusters ain't at this point. Can you find a way to battle around this situation? It's the 4th straight inning where Derek Rocket has been tasked, and he's done a decent job minimizing the damage for the most part. Just 1 earned run allowed.
Besides the first inning when he set down the Sasquatch offense 1-2-3, multiple base runners. Since then, it's first and second with 1 out. Sam Kwapnoski, the Doane College guy, 1-0 to him inside to make it 2-0. Kwapnoski single in the second and a ground out to third. Ground out to first, rather, in the third, beg your pardon. Spearfish looking for runs in back-to-back innings. That one gets him on the knee. Hit by pitch, Kwapnoski down to first. Bases juiced of Sasquatch with 1 out here in the 5th.
Wonder if that'll prompt a visit here. Bases loaded and a big chance for Spearfish to put a crooked number on the board. There is action in the Sodbuster bullpen, or there was momentarily. Now nobody's pitching. Right now they're going to allow Rocket, who will get back to the wind, to deliver.
It's Ethan Mooser, well outside to the Canadian. Mooser, fielder's choice ground out in the second, and a single and a run scored in the 4th. Big opportunity for Spearfish in this game. Cut and a miss to make it 1-1. Sodbusters had the magic at home last year. Pretty much every offensive and defensive category had a better mark here at Duncan Field than on the road. 1-1, line back up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes a second runner around third. He stumbles, but will still make it in. The throw well off target. It's a 2 RBI single for Ethan Mooser to make it a 4-0 ball game.
4-run lead, pretty big here at Duncan Field, so the Sodbuster's going to have to battle. And for Rocket, been able to dodge multiple run innings during the course of this contest, and we will see a visit to the mound as Josh Printer will come out and try to settle his right-hander down.
I don't know if Rocket maybe got a tip of the glove on it, maybe in the slightest. Vega couldn't knock it down. Runner Bowman at second read it beautifully. He never even looked to see if it was going to be caught. He was rounding third without hesitation. What did have a little bit of a stumble around the third base bag, but the throw in from Cossey out in center field was nowhere close to getting the runner out there. But Josh Printer, the leader of the infield for the past couple of seasons, turned head coach for the Sodbusters, trying to offer some advice to his team there. The rain it's almost just barely spitting now, but there could be more rain coming this way. So it's 4-0 for the moment. It'll be runners at first and second with one out.
There's nobody warming for Hastings, and I'm not sure if who was warming is ready to go, but no action right now with runners at first and second and 2 home, and still only 1 out. And Rocky still he gave up the 2 bloop singles to begin the inning. The hit batsman certainly didn't help. That was probably the one that was hit with most authority this inning in the person of Ethan Mooser.
Yeah, that line drive up the middle by the previous batter, Mooser, the hardest ball hit in the inning. First one yanked in the other batter's box, 1-0. Rocket now at 80 pitches on his outing. I was going to say a stat line earlier, but never got to mention it. At one point through 45 pitches, Rocket had only missed the zone 13 times, but now 80 pitches with 48 strikes. Fly ball hit pretty well to center field, racing over Kazi, makes the catch. Runner at second tags and going to third. The runner at first will stay put as the ball just dribbles back into the infield. It's a fly out for Owen Michelson on the first pitch. Runners at the corners with 2 outs, already 2 home for Spearfish in the 5th.
Chance to get out of this with no more damage done. Good base running for Kwapnowski, and a couple of tough throws coming in from Luke Causey. And it's hard to get a handle on the ball, whether you're going to be pitching, and then it bounces into the grass trying to pick it up. And we've seen a couple of errant throws from Causey. They're not going to get Kwapnowski out at third anyway, but that one did not hit the cutoff man.
Yeah, good job just to keep the runner at first base, to keep a force out at 2 bases rather than the only play for a ground ball for the infielders going to first. 1 ball, no strikes to Peyton Forts, the 7th batter to come to the plate for the Sasquatch in the inning. Looking for more here, up 4-0. Outside on the changeup. 2-0 to the left-handed hitter. Fort 1 for 2 today, a single and a strikeout. Fort has one of the 8 hits now for Spearfish, 3 of them coming in this inning, all of them singles. In this inning, they've got 1 triple to go along with it in the game. Breaking ball finds a zone to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned didn't see much action in the bullpen. There is now a right-hander throwing for Hastings. We saw that everybody down there had sweatshirts on, so nobody probably ready to come into the game yet. But hopefully Derek can find this final strike here to get the batter and send us to the home half of the 5th. Takes a look at first and delivers. Got him swinging, strike 3. Rocket gets the punch outs, but 2 more Spearfish runners come to the plate here in the top of the 5th. We're now at a 4-0 ball game. Sodbusters with just 2 hits on the contest. They will look to change that against Caleb Hoppy and the Sasquatch after these messages on Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
It's the bottom of the 5th inning here at Duncan Field, game number 2 of this 4-game series. Sodbusters have 7 straight games and 7 straight days here at Duncan Field. The Oahe Zap come to town for a 3-game series Tuesday through Thursday. This series concludes on Memorial Day Monday. Happy Memorial Day weekend to you, wherever you are. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein with you in the booth. Our second of 31 total games here at Duncan Field this evening. That's just the regular season. Who knows? There could be postseason implications. How it works. Teams play for best record in the first half. Whoever has the best record after the end of the month of June clinches a spot in the ILB playoffs. And then the team with the second best record in the second half of the season clinches the other spots. And then those two teams meet in a best-of-5 series. To lead things off for the Busters here in the home half of the 5th inning, 7, 8, and 9, Zane Wilson the first in against Caleb Hoppy, Cooper Harrell, and Christian Loera to follow. Well, Hoppy's done a nice job as the rain has ceased for the moment. Still just a soggy turf, and fans still mostly enjoying the game from the concourse here at Duncan Field. Wilson with the 1-0 count. He struck out swinging to lead off the 3rd inning. Nice breaking ball falls in there to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Zane Wilson, a utility guy on the team, Clarkston, Michigan, where he calls home, just finished up his freshman season at Saginaw Valley State. Down low on the 1-1 to make it 2-1. Base is empty here in the 5th. Sodbusters are able to get runners at 2nd and 3rd last inning, but the Hoppy responded with 2 straight strikeouts of the final 2 hitters to get out of a small little jam. Then his offense helps him out with 2 more runs in the top of the 5th. 3-1 to Wilson, making his Sodbuster debut. Teammates with fellow Sodbuster Ryan Jarvis. Hitters count, pitch, ball 4 downstairs. Well, the walk by Hoppy, that's his 3rd of the game. His line so far, 2 hits, 3 walks, and 6 punch-outs, but no runs yet. Sodbusters have their first base runner on the 5th.
Didn't have a walk until the 4th, and this is the first time the Sodbusters have their leadoff man aboard. Maybe now's the time to break the offense going.
Hoppy retired the first 8 batters of the game before back-to-back 2-out singles by the Busters in the 3rd. Since then, no hits since then. Cooper Harrell, check swing. Called a ball, but the appeal, and Kurt Schmidt says he went around for strike 1. Harrell also a strikeout victim in the 3rd. Guy from Owasso, Oklahoma. One of the ASU Mountain Home guys, where head coach Josh Printer, assistant coach of last year. Ball 1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here in the bottom of the 5th, halfway gone here at Duncan of this 9-inning contest. Hoppy's done a great job to deny the Sodbusters so far, who by this time in yesterday's game had put up 4 runs against their opponents. Ahead in the count, 2-1 is Harrell. Excited to see what he can do on the mound at some point this year. 2-1, missing just high and maybe a little outside. Another hitter's count for Sodbuster hitter. Again, we don't have the greatest view of the Spearfish bullpen down the right field line. See some guys sitting down there, but may or may not be action down there. Well outside for ball 4. Back-to-back free bases for the Sodbusters here to start off the 5th.
And how much does Caleb Hoppy have left, as he's kind of hit a wall the last 2 innings despite not allowing many hits, and he'll get a visit from his pitching coach Octavio Sanchez. And the Sodbusters needing a break, and it looks like there's going to be a pitching change made. They have called to the pen, so we'll tell you about the New pitcher for Spearfish when we come back. It is 4-0 Sasquatch, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
The Sasquatch going to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 5th inning as they pull their starter Caleb Hoppy after the first 2 batters that he walked. So 4 walks in the past 6 batters for Hoppy as he was finding the zone early and often before then, but just lost his magic, maybe ran out of a little bit of gas. He finishes the day with 84 pitches and 43 of them for strikes. On the mound for Spearfish is Aiden Knowles, Albany, California native, and playing college ball at Oklahoma Wesleyan. The right-hander will be on to try and shut the Sodbusters down. They have runners at first and second with nobody out. All 4 hitters that are due up very close to in the order, all with their helmets and bats on, timing up the pitcher right in front of their own dugout. A little bit of a game recap for you. Spearfish breaking the scoring in the 2nd inning on an RBI single from Diego Trujillo. Credits Derek Rocket for stranding runners at first and third to limit the damage there. Spearfish getting another run in the 4th on a wild pitch. Ethan Mooser, who led off the inning with a single, came around to score, and then a 2 RBI single this last top half of the inning by Ethan Mooser to give the Sasquatch the 4-0 lead. Part of a 3-hit and 2-run inning for the visitors. But it is on to a new arm for Spearfish. But the Sodbusters liking their chances right now. They've got Christian Loera due up, and then their top of the order. Also another update from Omaha. 6-3 Nebraska now leads Penn State thanks to a home run by none other than Gabe Swanson. Mr. May himself trying to propel the Huskers to back-to-back Big Ten Tournament Championship appearances. If they do, they got to tangle with the number 2 UCLA Bruins tomorrow at Charles Schwab.
And hats off to Creighton. The Blue Jays on to the NCAA tournament. They get service stepping down after this year, so a nice swan song and a send-off as they get a chance to move on to the NCAA tournament.
And the Huskers, that's probably the only way they will make the NCAA tournament, as multiple reports and the stats show that unless they win the Big Ten tournament, they probably would not receive an at-large bid. We're ready to go with the new pitcher, Aiden Knowles, and at the plate, Christian Loera, who singled in the 3rd and is 1 for 1. Pitch number 1 missing outside. Yesterday, Loera hit leadoff, so he goes from the 1 hole to the 9 hole. Did not record a hit, but reached 3 times on a couple of walks and an error, so still looking for his. Well, he got his first Sodbuster hit, actually, in the first at-bat. So he had his. How about another one, Christian? Especially with a runner in scoring position. 1 ball and 1 strike from Aiden Knowles. Tall guy on the bump. Got some height for a pitcher, no doubt. First baseman creeping in, showing bunts, taking right across the outside corner for strike 2. A painted fastball, and now Loera likely will have the bunt sign off on a pretty good pitch. Knowles from the stretch, just got a piece of it. Oh, look out in the dugouts. One of the assistant coaches for Spearfish down there having to do some, have a leap. That one went into the dugout right under his feet. Acrobatic play there to avoid the baseball. It's still 1-2. Got Zane Wilson at second and Cooper Harrell at first. Pitch way high, 2-2. Sodbusters with only the 2 hits so far, and those both came in the 3rd inning. And one of them, the guy at the plate right now, looking to go back-to-back. Slow foul ball down the first base line, and we will do the 2-2 pitch one more time. And the only other game in Independence League action happening tonight, Tawahi and Casper. First pitch not for another 25 minutes or so. But neat feature at the ballpark here, they've got a little Independence League scoreboard when you first come in, so you can always see what the standings are here across the league. 2-2 back to the screen. Loera putting up a good fight with 3 consecutive foul balls.
The Athletic Center is the training facility that can do it all. We are your premier destination for elite baseball and softball training.
Can Knowles find the put-away pitch? Loera has been just on it. Check swing. Did he go? They peel out. No swing. That one probably could go either way there. Loera able to hold up to make it a 3-2 count.
And you're just happy to see Aiden Knowles get up. He fell down as he threw it, and that may have also influenced the field umpire. I'm sure that had to catch his eye a little bit. Were you even watching the swing at that point? Knowles, a big tumble there on the damp turf.
Time is called before the pitch is thrown. Loera asks, and it's granted for him. Center fielder Kwapnoski a little bit shifted out towards right center field. Pretty big gap in center field / left center. Payoff, 2 high, ball 4. 3 straight walks by the Sasquatch pitchers. Bases loaded, nobody out. You got to get at least 1 here in this situation.
And hats off to Loera. Down in the count, 0-2, comes all the way back with an 8-pitch at bat against Knowles. And now Vega, Jarvis, and Causey trying to come through here. A 4-0 game, but that could be turned around in a hurry as the Sodbusters thinking crooked number.
Nobody out in the top of the order for Drew Vega. He's already got a hit today. Watches strike 1 go by. Vega tied for the team lead in hits last year, and he was so good at going just right back over second base or to the right side. As a right-handed hitter, but not a pull hitter. 0-1, well outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vega's line last year, 47 hits, only 2 of them doubles. He is a singles machine, and he drove in 15 runs. Vega drove in a run in the 8th last night, trying to do so in the 5th. Gets the call in the outside corner, 1-2. Painted fastball by Aiden Knowles. Spearfish has done a good job to strand Sodbuster base runners in multiple innings. They have stranded runners at third base at least in the past 2. Just high and tight on the 1-2 to make it 2-2. Zane Wilson at third, Cooper Harrell at second, Christian Loera at first. And same kind of defensive alignments. The left center field gap is pretty open. 2-2. Just missing inside again, and not by much. Count is run full and no place to put Vega with the bases loaded. Just looking for pretty much anything in play here, or even a walk Sodbusters would take. The payoff. Ground ball to the shortstop. Second for 1, on to first. Not in time, the throw gets away. 1 run already in, and now here comes a second runner. And Vega goes up to second. That's an RBI fielder's choice ground out, and an error will bring home 2 runners on the play, and the deficit is cut in half. It's 4-2.
Good job for Vega just to put the ball on the turf. Nothing is easy now. It's damp, the ball's wet, and the Sodbusters getting 2 big runs here, and they're not done with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up.
Will likely be an E4 on the throw. The second baseman, Peyton Ford, threw it a bit wide of Bowman at first base. First pitch to Ryan Jarvis, catches the zone for strike one. Jarvis 0 for 2 today. He has grounded to shortstop twice. His last at bat, he was robbed a little bit of a hit on an excellent play by Foyer. Jarvis called a strike on the check swing, and it's the second time he's disagreed with the call by Daniel Roth. Jarvis, very mild-mannered guy, and that look back always tells you that it's a nonverbal disagreement with the call. Knowles way ahead, 0-2 with one out. Got him swinging. 3 pitches, Jarvis down on strikes. That's the second out of the inning.
And that breaks a string of 9 straight batters that have had 3-ball counts. I think his game bogging down a little bit. Hoppy lost the zone a little bit. Knowles had to battle through his first couple of hitters and kind of maximizing his effort there for Jarvis and try to end this inning with just the 2 runs allowed.
How about that? So Luke Hossey, first guy who hadn't seen a 3-ball count, and gets it across for strike one. Or he was the first guy to see the 3-ball count to start things off. Hossey walked back in the 4th and struck out, so 0 for 1 today. Vega in scoring position. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Knowles has found the zone once again after walking the first batter he faced. But the Sodbusters on the board for the first time today without the benefit of a hit. Oh, 2 from Knowles. Not close for ball 1. Sodbusters beginning their 3rd time through the lineup. The walks have been the key for them, and they've taken advantage of a Spearfish error in the inning. Got him swinging, strike 3, 2 strikeouts for Aiden Knowles. But the Sodbusters able to get their first 2 runs across on no hits, 3 walks, and a fielder's choice ground out plus an error. 6th inning headed your way. It's Spearfish still up by 2.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
We are through 5 here at Duncan Field, both teams scoring 2 runs in the 5th inning. We go to a 4-2 game and a new pitcher on the mound for the Sodbusters. Steve will tell us more about the new right-handed arm.
Chase Phillips, he's a local guy from Aurora High School, graduated last year and now plays baseball at Metro Community College in Kansas City. The Wolves, who went 22-30 this past spring. Good opportunity for him. Played a lot of club baseball, if you will. Aurora didn't have baseball while he was in high school, and so good opportunity for him to get an opportunity then to play college ball after playing some summers in the metro area. And Chase Phillips will have his chance here to come in and face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Spearfish. Spearfish leads it by a score of 4-2, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Sasquatch, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Hastings Sodbusters as Phillips winds and delivers. And this one is fouled away. No balls and a strike on Diego Trujillo. Trujillo with an RBI single in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th, 1 for 1 for Trujillo, getting a chance at the plate after he pitched yesterday. Pitch is upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike on Trujillo for Spearfish. 4-2. Sodbusters got 2. We're hoping for a little more after 3 straight walks to open the inning. in that fifth, but unable to get the big hit or any hit, as a matter of fact. Fielder's choice grounded an error, scored the run. 1-2 the count. And the pitch taken upstairs. Chase Phillips works quickly. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Trujillo. As Phillips, he does not waste any time. He's atop the hill, and he goes. Upstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, probably those 2 runs in the last inning. You'll probably take that if you're Spearfish. Bases loaded and nobody outs to just get 2 runs. Probably the best-ish case scenario for them.
Bouncing ball back up the middle, stopped by Vega, turns, throws, in time, Drew Vega. How about that? Trujillo robbed of a single.
Does not get any better than that. I think that ball hitting the mound slowed it up just enough for Vega to get there, but not only that, completely running away from the first base and gets the out.
Here's Isaac Martinez. He struck out twice earlier against Derek Rocket as this pitch is lofted in the air to short left field. Going back and making a play is Christian Loera. So Chase Phillips on the verge of trying to get a 1-2-3 inning coming out of the pen. He'll face the top of the order in the person of Seth Nelson.
That out was made, and I don't think there was any sort of reaction from the crowd because the beer batter didn't strike out.
Yeah, bummer. He'd already struck out twice today after striking out once yesterday. And Seth Nelson at the top of the order. Nelson with the only extra base hit. That was a triple back in the third. Here's the pitch. Interestingly enough, that's the only inning in which the Sasquatch have a hit that they didn't score. You would think, okay, triple, you're going to score a run. They did not score that inning. A leadoff triple, and the Sodbusters able to work their way around that. Meanwhile, Spearfish able to plate a run on 3 singles in the second. They scored a run on 1 hit in the fourth and 2 runs back in that 5th inning on singles. Pitch fouled back quickly. 2 strikes on Seth Nelson, 1 for 3 in the game. And Chase Phillips trying to work a 1-2-3. It would be the first 1-2-3 inning since the first, as Derek Rocket, his line going to look a little worse than he deserves. He had a lot of bloopers against him, gave up 8 hits and 4 runs, 3 of those earned, but really doing what he needed to do for this Hastings Sodbuster team in terms of eating innings and keeping his team in it. Bouncing ball to the right side, Vega handles that one, and how about that? 1-2-3 for Chase Phillips. Welcome to the Hastings Sodbusters. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It remains 4-2 Spearfish, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Out of the bottom half of inning number 6, the Spearfish Sasquatch continued to lead at 4-2. Just what the doctor ordered for Chase Phillips, the 2023 Aurora High School grad, who's actually a redshirt freshman this past year at Metro Kansas City. Man, the time flies. Just it doesn't feel like Chase Phillips had been out of school for a year already at Aurora High. His little brother played baseball during his junior year, but didn't play this spring. Aurora in its 2nd year of high school baseball. So Chase never got that opportunity to play at Aurora High before going on to college. And now Spearfish trying to keep it a 4-2 game. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters, with a little bit of momentum, they score the 2 runs in the 5th. They come up with a 1-2-3 inning at the top of the 6th. We'll see if the offense can come unleashed. Weston Johnston, Graham Hilton, and Tyler Welch trying to get it done against Aiden Knowles. Did a nice job, came in, battled his way after walking Christian Loera, then allowed a fielder's choice grounder after falling behind or after having a 3-2 count against Drew Vega. Fielder's choice grounder there, an error turned into an extra run there, but then back-to-back strikeouts of Jarvis and Causey to end the frame with no more damage done. We'll see what Weston Johnston can get done. A walk and a ground out his first 2 at-bats, both of those coming against the starter, Caleb Hoppe. And with the way Hoppe was going, you certainly thought he was going to finish 5. He did not. Goes the first 4 plus 2 batters. Big swing, no contact for Weston Johnson. Hastings Sodbusters, one of the Arkansas Tech guys who had a multi-hit game yesterday, trying to get the offense unleashed. Just not many solidly struck balls against Hoppe now or Aiden Knowles. 0-1 delivery. Pitch outside on the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike on Weston Johnson. That is baseball. Some days it's tough depending on who's the dude on that other half. And really for the Spearfish Sasquatch, they had the one solidly struck ball that was a triple. For the most part, most of their hits have not been rockets, as Derek Rocket was certainly good enough today for the Hastings Sodbusters, but right now they trail by a score of 4-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now on Weston Johnson. No action in the Sodbuster pen after a solid first inning of relief for Chase Phillips. 1-2 delivery. Inside, and it hits Weston Johnson square in the back, so he'll take that. Although, he'll take that. I wouldn't like to be hit square in the back, but needing base runners, and they get a leadoff hit batsman here in the 6th.
That's always worse, too, as a pitcher. When you have the hitter down in the count with 2 strikes, and you hit him. Takes a little bit of wind out of the sails of there, but like you said, Johnson will take that. Sodbusters need to start chipping away piece by piece here. A perfect start to do that here.
Multiple base runners in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and a leadoff base runner here in the 6th. Big swing and no contact there for Graham Hilton. 1 strike to count on him. He struck out his last time up. 0 for 2 on the day for Hilton. Runner at first, nobody out. 4-2. Spearfish on top of Hastings' bottom half of the 6th inning as the rain has stopped. Probably still damp and not the easiest playing conditions out there for the guys, or observing conditions, and we appreciate the rugged fans here in central Nebraska who have stuck it out to watch a pretty good baseball game for the 2nd day in a row. 5-1 yesterday, Sodbusters win. Spearfish with a 4-2 lead today as the pitch taken high and outside. That's why you love it here at Duncan Field. It's baseball-like scores. Some of the other parks in the Independence League, when you go 15-8 and 16-11, and I'm thinking, man, is that really baseball? And that takes a long time. Give me a 2-1 game. Pitch swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Graham Hilton. 15-8, Owyhee at Casper. Case in point. A 6-run 8th to seemingly seal it for Owyhee in that season opener for both of those teams. 2-2 delivery. This one hit high in the air to center field. It's a little blooper, and it's going to fall. Runners at first and second. So the Sodbusters get their 3rd hit, the first one to the outfield turf, and even that one wasn't hit very hard. But you'll take it. First and second, nobody out, and a big chance for the Sodbusters. Tying runs aboard, nobody out here in the 6th.
I think Kwapnoski thought it was hit pretty hard because he started back and then realized he was going to get burned in. He was nowhere near it, and the Sodbusters will take that. Thank you very much on the misread.
As the wind blowing from the left field corner to the right field corner out of almost the straight east today, maybe a little bit of northeast, and a big chance for Tyler Welsh, who struck out twice. He's pretty happy to see Caleb Hoppe gone, and takes the first pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So Aiden Knowles trying to work his way out of a jam here in the 6th. A hit batsman and a single, and the door open for the Sodbusters trying to battle back from a 4-0 deficit. They trail at 4-2. Here's the pitch. Right there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Tyler Welch. I tell you, like a guy like this who continues to love baseball, because it has not been easy to be a Hastings Bronco. Hastings College the last few years have really struggled in terms of wins and losses, and for him to have the intestinal fortitude to come out and play some summer ball. Hastings battling through it in the spring, but he wants to come back and play for a 3rd year for the Hastings Sodbusters here in summer ball. Bouncing ball to the left side, 3rd baseman's got it, steps on the bag, throw to first. It's in time, double play, big play right there, as the Sodbuster threat certainly limited here. Stepping on the bag there was Diego Trujillo. A solid throw across to Jordan Bowman. And 5-3 the double play. Now there's just a runner at second base and 2 men out.
Bang, bang at first. Welsh Not quite fast enough to beat it down there, but heck of a play by Trujillo. You have to set your feet and gun down over there. Textbook.
And we've already seen that the turf is a little bit slick as Aiden Knowles fell on a pitch last inning, and so you kind of have to be ginger when you're setting your feet, knowing it could give way. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Zane Wilson, who began that 2-run sixth with a leadoff walk. Now see if he can pick up his teammates here and keep this inning going. Pitch low for a ball. And Knowles on the verge of getting out of this with no damage done. So the Sodbusters getting their first leadoff man aboard last inning. They were able to score 2. They get their first 2 aboard this inning, but in danger of squandering that with a big 5-3 double play. Still trailing at 4-2 here in the 6th. Wind a little bit stronger than it was earlier. Big swing, no contact for Wilson, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Zane Wilson. Saginaw Valley State, his home college, hitting almost 300 this past year. He's a Michigan guy, and say it's cool to see people from different geographic regions come together for a common purpose. 2-1 delivery. Pitch fouled back. As it goes to 2-2 now on Zane Wilson. Runner at second base, 2 outs. Sodbusters getting their first 2 aboard on a hit batsman and a single, but the double play certainly dampening the opportunity here on a damp night at Duncan Field. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a nice job for Knowles to work around the early threat. Sodbusters do not score. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the 7th. Spearfish 4, Hastings 2. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Head of the 7th inning of a 4-2 contest. Spearfish continues to lead Hastings. Derek Rocket working the first 5. Chase Phillips coming out for his 2nd inning of work, the Aurora product. He was actually recruited as a pitcher, some middle infielder when he played club ball before Aurora started high school ball. But they had injury situations at Metro, and he actually did not pitch in the spring, but did hit 266, had a couple of home runs, 25 runs batted in. But now an opportunity to hone those pitching skills to show his fall and spring coaches that maybe that's where they want to use him. For Hastings, it'll be interesting to see if he's exclusively a pitcher, and here's another guy you could throw out there at second or short, and maybe third as well. So love those kind of guys where you can plug him in and play him wherever.
Yeah, he obviously has the experience on the infield and the outfield for Metropolitan Community College, but I mean, Chase Phillips, even though he did see 3 appearances on the mound his freshman year back in 2024, but he's got some zip on that fastball he's throwing in there tonight, and why not 1, 2, 3 innings? So he's obviously got it working for him here in the early returns.
And maximizing his pitches, as keeping that pitch count down. They do work with pitch count numbers, and keep an eye on that as Chase Phillips 12 pitches thrown in his first inning for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings getting solid relief yesterday from Zach Stewart, who threw 2 innings of 1-run ball. It was unearned. He allowed 2 hits, struck out 1, walked 1 after the 7 strong innings to begin the game from Creighton Jacobitz. Pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Ben Foyer. Foyer 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. That coming back as part of that 2-run 5th, which is the difference in the game now. Spearfish taking a 4-0 lead. They scored 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th. Sodbusters came back with 2 runs in their half of inning number 5. We're now in the top half of the 7th as the pitch misses for ball 2-2-1 the count on Foyer. Starting shortstop, he's been nifty with the glove. Bounces this one back up the middle. Loera, the opposing shortstop's got it. Guns to first. Ryan Jarvis right there to make the catch. 6-3 on the putout. And Ben Foyer's out to begin the top half of inning number 7 as Jordan Bowman will bat for Spearfish. 4-2 Sasquatch looking to even this series. It's a 4-game series. The 2 teams will play again tomorrow night at 6:35 and then Memorial Day Monday, 6:35 contest. Pitch across for strike. No balls and 1 strike on Jordan Bowman. Bowman with a single his last time up. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Had those back-to-back bloop singles in the 5th. Those guys would come in against Derek Rocket. Rocket able to battle his way through that 5th inning on 86 pitches. I say probably getting about what you could expect in his first start for the Hastings Sodbusters. Now 2 strikes to count on Jordan Bowman. Phillips brings it home. Called strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. First strikeout for Chase Phillips. 2 up, 2 down here for Sam Kwampnoski. You love Chase Phillips' approach. I mean, he does not waste any time at all. Gets the ball and goes right after it. Here's Kwapnoski. Kwapnoski with a single his first time up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Hit by a pitch in that 5th inning. That was one of the key at-bats as this one rockets off of the facade at Duncan Field. Unfortunately, it didn't catch the back of the head of a fan. 1 strike to count on Kwapnoski. 4-2 the score. Yeah, that hit batsman was big in terms of that inning as that continued the threat. Here's a bouncer to Jarvis, tosses to Phillips covering, and how about Chase Phillips out of the pen, 6 up, 6 down. 3-1 on the putout to end the top half of the 7th inning. Stretch time here at Duncan Field. It's 4-2. The lead for the Sasquatch. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. The Hastings Sodbusters are down by a score of 4-2, and a Submariner is coming out of the pen as we will try to get a number 8. Number 8. All right. Just say it. Chase Scott out of Saracoso Community College, as he will be the man on the mound. He played in last night's game in the field and went 0 for 4, and he gets a chance here to pitch as Chase Scott, the 3rd pitcher now for Spearfish, getting his opportunity against Saracoso Community College, his home school. And what a different looking approach this right-hander has. Real Submariner, and Sodbusters see if they can get a good look at him with Harrell, Loera, and Vega. Great job for Aiden Knowles to come in and work a couple of scoreless innings, even though he did technically give up the runs. They weren't charged to him, but really settled things down after he walked the first man he faced, allowed a fielder's choice grounder, then struck out 2, allowed a hit batsman and a single, but a double play ball and a strikeout ended the threat. It's Steve Stein and it's Ryan Valenta here at Duncan Field. And man, if you're a batter, how do you get a read on this guy?
That's what I was just about to say, is that usually Submariners, obviously they don't have the velocity as normal guys do because they're throwing from the underarm action, but just the arm slot that they're able to throw it at and the spin that they're able to put on some of the balls, they do a pretty good job of making it move to the left and to the right on changeups or 2 seams or 4 seams fastball. It's just more of a deception type of pitch that gets those hitters off balance.
Sometimes some of them have control issues. The first one right across to Cooper Harrell, who walked and scored a run as part of that 2-run fifth. The only run-scoring inning for the Sodbusters, trailing at 4-2. Pitch high outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Cooper Harrell. It's 8-9-1 here in the 7th as we are getting late down to the final third of this game as just 2.5 innings remaining. Pitch high and tight. 2-1 the count now on Cooper Harrell. Nebraska fans are happy because the Huskers are moving on to the Big Ten Baseball Championship game tomorrow against UCLA after their win over Penn State. 2-1 pitch outside, 3-1 on Cooper Harrell. Meanwhile, Josh Printer is happy because his alma mater, Houston Christian, is headed to the NCAA Division I tournament for the first time. Pitch misses for ball 4, and the Sodbusters have an opportunity here for Cooper Harrell, a leadoff walk, and Christian Loera. 9-1-2 coming up now. Sodbusters down by just 2.
Pitch must have just missed a little bit downstairs. Saw Harrell reluctant to throw the bat away, and even the catcher, Owen Michelson, thought they had the strike called there.
The Huskies of Houston Christian beat New Orleans for the title of the Southland Conference 16-11. How long did that game take? Pitch is taken for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. Josh, a graduate of Houston Christian with the interdisciplinary studies major, and he was pretty excited to see his alma mater head to the NCAA tournament with a 32-23 record. It wasn't very many years ago. Houston Christian well below 500. 0-1 pitch, and this one is bounced back up the middle over the pitcher. Shortstop's got it. Guns to first in time. I really like Ben Foyer. He has been fun to watch over there at the shortstop position, knowing that Loera can run a little bit, charges and makes the play. And back to the top of the order, runner in scoring position for Drew Vega. 1 on, 1 out, and 4-2 the score. Sodbusters on the short end here against Spearfish. So Vega, an infield single his first time up. He brought home a run with the ground ball fielder's choice in the 5th. Advanced on to second, but the Sodbusters managed just the 2 runs. As on the play, the ball was thrown away, and 2 runs would score for Hastings back in the 5th inning. 1 strike the count on Drew Vega. Scott, a check of the runner, brings it home. Way outside, opposite batter's box, and a nice stop there for Owen Michelson to go out and get it to make sure that Harrell didn't advance on to third.
That's the other dangerous part about the submarine pitchers. The catchers likely haven't seen some guy like that, and those wild pitches that can yank over to the opposite box can be very tough to stop sometimes.
Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball foul, and Vega, good job just to get a piece of that one. Basically, the pitch starts right over that outside, over the right-handed pitcher's box, and if you don't have good control, you'll see a lot of submariners hit batsmen on the right side. 1-2 the count, the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. Great job for Vega to wait on it and get a piece of it. Scott Galusha toughened it out there to knock it down for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Scott got a piece of it. He able to not let that one get by, and also to the fact about the control of Submariner, it's going to be tough for control for everybody going forward as the rain is starting to come down again.
Getting late, bottom of the 7th. Sodbusters on the short end at 4-2. Trying to rally late. Pitch inside. It's behind Vega. Didn't move. Thought maybe he was going to get plunked. And what a job for Michelson to keep that one from going to the backstop. Had to just basically reach behind Vega to grab it, and now it's 2-2.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive to snag it there. And Vega was hoping that it would maybe catch the jersey.
2-2 pitch outside, overcompensated and brought it over the left-handed box. And you can tell Scott battled a little bit. Walked the first man he faced, got a ground ball out, and now 3-2 the count on Drew Vega. Big moment in this game in the bottom half of the 7th. Sodbusters trail at 4-2. The pitch. High for ball 4. Good eye for Drew Vega. Sodbusters have 2 on, only 1 out. They have only 3 hits in the game and none hit with authority. Love to find a way to remedy that with Ryan Jarvis right here. Tough day for Ryan. He's 0 for 3, a pair of 6-3 groundouts and a strikeout, and he gets his first look at Chase Scott. We are going to see a visit to the mound here as Octavio Sanchez going to come out and talk with his right-hander, Chase Scott. The third pitcher today. They used 3 yesterday. It was a struggle last year for Spearfish to find dudes. 5.84 their team ERA. And I'd say part of it's ballpark related. I mean, you give up some home runs that you're not going to give up here at Duncan Field. You have to have a more resilient pitching staff when you are pitching at a place like Spearfish. You're playing at altitude a little more, much like Casper. And so, like I say, it's fun to be here at Duncan Field and watch this brand of baseball. And if I'm a pitcher being recruited to play summer ball, I'm coming to Duncan Field.
No doubt about it. Yeah, last year, Spearfish hitting 34 home runs as a team. But they also gave up a fair amount as well. Just like you said, shorter ballpark and playing at the altitude as well.
Ball boy coming out to give more dry baseballs, hopefully, to the home plate umpire, Daniel Roth. Kurt Schmidt working the field today in this 2-man crew here in the Independence League. 4-2 the score. Big moment again for the Sodbusters. They have all kinds of base runners the last few innings, but still only 2 runs on the board. Scott taking a lot of time, brings the pitch home. That's outside and low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, just looking for that big hit. Had 2 aboard in the 4th. Could not score. 2 aboard in the 5th. Didn't get a hit, but scored twice, thanks to a fielder's choice grounder and an error. Here's the pitch. Inside, nearly hit him. 2-0 the count. And in the 6th, first 2 got aboard. Big double play. Limited the threat, and the Sodbusters another 0 on the board. Just that 1 run-scoring inning. Meanwhile, Spearfish able to put a run across in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. 4-2 the score. Another fun baseball game here at Duncan Field. 2-0 the count. The pitch. Right there for a strike, 2-1. Much needed strike thrown by Chase Scott. Saracoso Community College product out of California. Probably not liking this chilly weather. Who is, if you're a baseball player at this point? Chilly and maybe more importantly, the wet weather. Trying to get a handle on the ball. 2-1 delivery inside. Also almost got a piece of Ryan Jarvis. 3-1. Jarvis can be selective right here. But he is a guy that came up with some big hits for the Hastings Sodbusters during his first year, and I'm sure he has got a green light. If he finds one in his wheelhouse, certainly a chance to tie it. And the pitch is fouled away. Had a decent look at it, but fouled it off the third base side. Now 3-2 on Ryan Jarvis. This is a pretty big pitch in the course of this game. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Run scoring chance. Jarvis trying to win the battle, and at worst, reach. 3-2 delivery. Inside, hit him. Sodbusters will have the bases loaded, only 1 man out for Weston Johnson. Excuse me, for Luke Causey.
That would have been ball 4 anyways, and Ryan Jarvis, he stood tall like a statue in there. He had no obligation to get hit by that pitch there because he would have earned a walk at first base either way. But he'll wear it, and this is the big opportunity in back-to-back innings for the Sodbusters, and even 3 innings in a row when they got their runs in the 5th. Got to get one here.
A multi-hit game for Luke Causey yesterday, looking for his first hit today, and it's right down the middle for strike 1. 0 for 2 for Causey, a pair of strikeouts, also a walk. A walk would be okay right here. You keep the line moving. What has turned into a semi-miserable night. Ball is passed to the screen. Here comes a throw home. Not going to be in time. Ball gets away, but backing up the play will be the first baseman. It's a wild pitch, scoring Cooper Harrell. No chance for Michelson to get that one. 4-3 the score. Everybody moving up. As we'll see Vega to third, Jarvis to second, and 1-1 the count on Luke Causey. And now a single to the outfield. The Sodbusters could grab the lead.
And just like they did in the 5th inning, the Busters scoring a run without a hit.
See if they can remedy that with Luke Causey. 1 ball and 1 strike, the pitch. High pop-up, third base side, but foul, and it goes to 1-2. Chase Scott would love to find a way to sneak one by Causey and give him his 3rd strikeout of the day and keep that runner at third with less than 2 outs. 1-2 with 1 out. 4-3 the score. Sodbusters trying to complete the comeback here in the 7th. 1-2 delivery. Outside, that gets away from the catcher, and it's a new ball game, 4-4. Vega scores, Jarvis to third, 2 wild pitches in the inning. It's no fun to play any position today, including catcher, and the ball slips away, and it's a 4-4 game here in the home half of the 7th.
The Busters do indeed come back from a 4-0 deficit to tie it up, and they will look to take the lead here now. 2-strike pitch, still only 1 out. And you got to figure with the wet conditions out there, pretty much anything in the outfield should be just fine enough to score Jarvis from third.
And how about this? Bottom of the 7th, and Spearfish will play the infield in, knowing how tough it's been to score runs, especially with the wind blowing in. So Kazi, the added benefit here is the pitch inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Man, we rolled through the first couple innings today in about 22 minutes. It is really bogged down, a lot of weather related, and you feel bad for the pitchers today trying to get a handle on the ball. 3-2 delivery. Outside ball 4, runners at the corners. Still no hits in the inning. That's 3 walks and a hit batsman, and we will see a pitching change. So Chase Scott going to be lifted here, and the Sodbusters will have the lead run at third and an insurance run at the first with still only 1 man out. It's 4-4. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Sodbusters have an opportunity to grab the lead. It's a 4-4 deadlock. Jackson Peters, the 4th pitcher of the day, 6'5", 225-pounder out of St. Edward's University. He's from Plano, Texas. He's a returnee. Last season went 3-0, 14 appearances, 20 2/3 innings, allowing 23 runs, 18 of them earned. He allowed 33 hits, struck out 18, walked 11, had a 7.83 ERA. Opponents hit 363 against him, so they got a pretty good look at him. And it's a 4-4 deadlock, and I'm looking at my book, Ryan Valente. Am I wrong? Do the Sodbusters not even have a fly ball out today? Have they hit a ball farther than 150 feet?
They do not. They got that base hit to center field, was in Hilton single to center. Is that right?
Yeah, it was just a little blooper into center field.
That is the only ball that they have gotten into the outfield today. However, they have scored 4 runs, but thanks to Spearfish's wildness from their pitching staff, they have not done themselves any favors, as the Sodbusters, for the 2nd straight inning that they have scored, they have gotten runs without the benefit of a hit. 8 walks and 2 hit batters for Spearfish tonight.
And you want to talk about the difference in this game. It's a 4-4 game. Sodbusters have 1 walk from their pitching staff, and they have 1 hit batsman. So really good job for Sodbuster pitching today to limit the free passes. Give credit to Derek Rocket. Spearfish put the ball in play. Spearfish didn't have many solid hits. There's not been many solidly struck balls, with the exception of the Seth Nelson rocket to right field for a triple. We've seen a couple of hard hit balls which have been caught for outs. None of those off the bats of Sodbusters today. And can Hastings find a way to get one to the outfield and score a run or 2 here to grab the lead in the bottom of the 7th on a day that the offense has really struggled despite the opportunities, particularly the last 6 innings, if you will. They've had multiple base runners in most of those innings. Matter of fact, they've had multiple base runners in every inning since the 3rd. 2 runs across in this inning. Here's the pitch. Little more velocity, little more heat off the arm of Jackson Peters, and we'll see how the Sodbusters react. Weston Johnston fouls the first pitch away. He's walked. He's been hit by a pitch, 0 for 1 in the game. strikeout would look huge right here. Sodbuster trying to find a way to get that lead run across. First and third, still only one man out. Peters out of the stretch. Brings it home. Runner goes. Pitch fouled away. Hastings trying to get two in scoring position or maybe get a guy caught in a rundown, as it's now no balls and 2 strikes on Weston Johnson. Luke Causey was off there for Hastings.
Just got to remember as well that Hastings has to go out on defense after this, and they will have to endure these miserable conditions. We'll see how they're able to respond to it.
Although you love the way Chase Phillips came out and mowed him down the last 2 innings. 21 pitches thrown and retiring all 6 guys he has faced in his 2 innings of work. Would likely be the guy in the 8th. Pitch a little bit low. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Weston Johnson. For Caleb Hobby got off to such a good start, and really when the weather went south, so did he, as he did not complete 5, even though it certainly looked like he would the way this game started. 1-2, runner goes, pitch low, and throw back to third and safe. Good base running there for Ryan Jarvis to not get caught napping. Almost would have liked to see him go diving back in, but he does step on the bag in advance of the throw, and now there are 2 in scoring position and a 2-2 count on Weston Johnson. As Causey takes second, and the infield is in for Spearfish. Punch one through, young man. 2-2 delivery on the way. Outside and high, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Weston Johnson. High drama at Duncan Field. Hastings trying to complete a comeback from 4 down and grab the lead for the first time, as it's raining pretty good right now. Hopefully they can get this game in. Here's the pitch, 3-2, ball 4. Bases are loaded for Graham Hilton, and the weird thing is, with the way the rain is coming down, if the Sodbusters score here, do the umpires decide ball game after 7?
That would be a little bit messed up. If I was Spearfish, I'd be like, oh, you're going to call the game now. But it is technically a complete game after the top of the 5th inning. But want to get as many as you can here. But delay could be likely. Look at the radar, and it looks like the cell passing through isn't too big.
So we may play through this. Like I say, this field is built for a lot of rain.
Rain should be stopping here in just a little bit.
Bouncer back to the pitcher. He dives. Can't make the stop. Everybody's safe. Heck of an effort there as we saw the man come off the mound, Jackson Peters. He tried to put his glove out, stumbled toward it, couldn't get there. Graham Hilton with the infield single to bring home the lead run, and Hastings has the lead for the first time today, 5-4.
How about it? The guys come all the way back, taking advantage of some sloppy baseball here in the 7th inning to take the 1-run lead.
The Sodbusters getting it done here as Jarvis scores. Causey to third. They call that an error. I don't exactly know. I mean, I don't know what else he could have done, but that is going to be charged an error. The pitch is down low. You go out and play in that.
Base hit all the way.
Call an error on the pitcher, and now Tyler Welch, chance to add some insurance here. So technically still only 3 hits in the game. And that ball put in play, barely got halfway to the pitcher's mound. 1-0 delivery. It's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Welch, who's 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a double play. He'd love a little redemption right here to give Hastings a multi-run lead. Still only 1 out in the inning. Hastings 5, Spearfish 4. 3 runs in the inning so far. The pitch. Swing and a foul ball. Now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tyler Welch. Again, Peters in an opportunity where he would love to find get a strikeout to keep that runner at third with less than 2 outs. Bases are full of Sodbusters. Hastings has Causey at third, Johnston at second, Hilton at first, after they say he reaches on an error. Out of the stretch is Peters. The pitch. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There have been a lot of 2-ball counts, a lot of 3-ball counts during the course of this game. At one point, the Sodbusters had 9 straight batters have 3-ball counts. During that span, 5 Sodbusters walked. 2-2 the count here. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Tough day for Welsh continues. He goes down on strikes for the third time, and Zane Wilson tries to come through with a big hit here. The 9th man to bat in the inning, 5-4 Hastings.
161 pitches thrown by Spearfish pitchers now, and they've still got another inning after this.
And they have still not allowed a ball to be hit farther than about 15 feet into the outfield, yet they trail it 5-4. Frustrating day for them as a whole, as the pitch is missing for ball 1. 2 errors officially in the game, one that we would argue with up here in the booth, but we're not the official scorers. 1 ball and no strikes, the count. 5-4 Hastings, despite being out hit 8-3. The pitch. High for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Maybe a take sign here for Zane Wilson with the bases loaded and 2 outs. No place to put Wilson, with runners taking their lead, Causey, Johnston, and Hilton. 2-0 delivery on the way. Had the green light and fouled it back. 2-1 on Zane Wilson. Walked and scored a run in the 5th, has 2 strikeouts otherwise. You like the fact that the Sodbusters have taken 9 walks. You don't like the fact that they've struck out 10 times. So just haven't been many balls put in play. 2-1 the count. Peters out of the stretch. The pitch. Strike 2. Peters can survive this down by just 1 run. And with Chase Scott exiting the game, he gives up all 3 of those runs as his walks and hit batsmen come in to score. He also walked another. That is still his responsibility. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3, and the Sodbusters, after all of that, score 2 runs. 2 runs on no hits, 1 error, 3 more left on base, but Hastings has the lead as we head to the 8th. Ryan Valenta will take us home. It's 5-4 Sodbusters. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the 8th inning. Hastings with a 5-4 lead. Who'd have thought it? Down 4-0 on a bad weather day. The Sodbusters battling and clawing, given a lot of help, and somehow they have the lead despite being out hit 8-3. 5-4 Sodbusters. Once again, here's Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. It's Chase Phillips looking to post his 3rd scoreless inning. And rain continues to sprinkle down, not as much as it was when Spearfish started the inning. Kind of advantageous for Hastings. Hopefully the rain will cooperate with it. Curious to see how it affects, because it definitely appeared that the wet conditions affected the Spearfish last half of the inning. Checking in on our YouTube live stream from some fans around the area. Got Timothy from Holstein just down the road on Highway 6. Miriam from Sunny Bay area, California. Ephus from Mason City, Iowa. Christian from Oklahoma City.
I would like to be in Sunny Bay, California. I don't know about you, Ryan, and I'll tell you what, the hardy fans here at Hastings battling rainy day Hastings, Nebraska have really been troopers that have hung around here to watch the Sodbusters come back and take the lead for the first time.
Right there with you, partner. And responding to RMAC Insider, yes, league standings, there's a little bit of a handmade poster at the start with a whiteboard erase, so we erase the whiteboard and update the league standings from teams all around the area after each game. Ethan Mooser is the first to come to the plate here in this top of the 8th inning. It has been 6 up, 6 down so far for Chase Phillips, the Aurora native. Oh, there goes the bar of soap back to the screen, and there is maybe some conditions there. We'll get a fresh new baseball, but it's a 3-0 count. Mooser's had an excellent day, a pair of RBIs, and one of them drove in 2 runs in the 5th inning. That is the last time that the Sasquatch have been able to score. The Sodbusters have outscored them 5-0, 5 unanswered for Hastings since then. It's a 3-1 pitch. Misses downstairs, and there is the first base runner against Chase Phillips this evening. And with just a 1-run lead, that means that the tying run is on base.
Certainly not over. You like the fact that you take the lead. You hate the fact that you had an opportunity to tack on a few more and just could not get that, I won't even say big hit, get that hit. As the Sodbusters have all 5 of their runs in innings where they did not have a hit.
Yeah, bases loaded with 1 out there. Couldn't push across anything else. A little bit unfortunate, but the lead intact for now. Can they keep that up? Owen Michelson, the next batter, 0 for 3. He's hit the ball hard twice, lined out to third and flown out to center. Pitch a strike at the bottom of the zone. Owen Michelson, the UNC Asheville product, did not appear in yesterday's game, so getting his first time as a Sasquatch here this evening. Called strike on the outside part of the plate by Chase Phillips. Guy who, like we mentioned earlier, hit .266 in 51 games for Metropolitan Community College in Kansas City. But showing off his right arm here tonight. 1-2. Right by him. And that is strike 3. Michelson back to the dugout with the bat on his shoulder.
Nice response for Chase Phillips. Sometimes you see that leadoff walk, you look up at the scoreboard, know how big that runner is, and comes right back with a vengeance against the D1 product.
Well, Michelson down on strikes, the second punch out for Phillips, and it's the 7th place hitter, Peyton Fort. Takes a pitch low and away. 1-0. Fort 1 for 3, a single and a pair of strikeouts. Phillips with the runner at first is Mooser. Gets the call in the outside corner, 1-1. Sodbusters not much in the hit departments for them this evening, but the arms on the mound able to give them the lead for the moment. 2-1 on the missed, like changeup out lower out of the way. Probably one of the best pitches a right-hander can throw to a left-hander is that changeup. Just darts away from the hitter and looks like a fastball coming out of the hands. Ground ball foul down the first base line. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Same time tomorrow, 6:35 p.m. start time. Sodbusters looking to guarantee themselves at least a series split if they can pull off this win tonight after coming back from a 4-run deficit. Ground ball through the right side. That's into right for a base hit. Runner stops at second. It's a 1-out single for Peyton Fort. A multi-hit for game for him tonight. He is 2 for 4.
Sodbusters do have right-handed action as they have their projected closer warming up right now. We heard from head coach yesterday, Nate Fisher, was going to be the guy that they would like to close games. Josh Prender talking about that. He's kind of a sidearm guy. He is getting hot behind Chase Phillips. It would be a totally different look than Chase, who comes pretty much over the top and brings some heat.
9th hit of the game for Spearfish, and their first hit against Phillips. Pickoff move, but no throw down there to second base. Spearfish scoreless since the 5th inning. All 4 runs being charged to Derek Rockets, who allowed 8 hits and 4 runs. Foul ball back to the screen. 0-1. Also, we'll have some new features coming into the Sodbuster stream later in the year. We've got a new camera setup that we will feature hopefully in the upcoming week after this one during the probably after the Oahe series. Have to see it to believe it. 0-1 finds his own. Nice breaking ball from Phillips. Diego Trujillo. 1 for 2. RBI single back in the second. Then a walk and a ground out. Double play is in order here, but he gets a strikeout, swing and a miss. Throw down to first is not in time. Thank goodness Ryan Jarvis able to get a glove on it. But the third strikeout for Chase Phillips and the second in the inning. 2 outs here in the 8th.
Again, great intestinal fortitude for Phillips. Gives up a walk, gets a strikeout. Gives up a single, gets a strikeout. And now 1 out away from getting through this 8th with no damage done and preserving the Hastings 5-4 lead.
And with the 9th spot due up, the Sasquatch will go to the bench for a pinch hitter. This is Gio Mastarosa, who was the catcher in last night's game. And he will bat in the spot of Isaac Martinez, who is 0 for 3 today. Trying to tie this game up with a base hit. It's up high for ball 1. Mastarosa last night, 0 for 3, did reach on an error and was also walked. But his other 2 times he put the ball in the air against Creighton Jacobitz. Phillips at the 1-0, gets back to the screen. Both runners move up. That breaking ball slipped out of the hands of the pitcher. Now 2 on the pond for Spearfish.
Yeah, that was definitely a rain ball. You could just see that totally slip away, and really no chance for Graham Hilton to stop that. And this is monster now, 2-0, allowing those runners to move up. Now any old bloop single, and you could not only give up the lead, but see Spearfish grab the lead with 2 runs here.
Sodbusters looking to keep the lead after they were down by 2 runs entering the bottom of the 7th. 3 come home on no hits. Wave and a miss at strike 1. Elevated fastball. Phillips gets Mastarosa to expand the zone. Pinch hitter for the Capital University Comets, a Division III school. 2-1 right there, strike 2. Went at the bottom of the zone this time, and Phillips and the Sodbusters a strike away. Phillips is ready to go. Shakes off a sign. See what the second one is. It's strike 3. They got to throw it down to first to complete it. And they do. Phillips punches out 3 in the inning and leaves 2 runners in scoring position. The Sodbusters maintain the 1-run lead, and they will look for some insurance in the bottom of the 8th before they will try to win it in the top of the 9th. Returning from Duncan Field, Ryan Valenta and Steve Stein in a moment.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
5-4 Hastings in Game 2 of this 4-game series. How about Chase Phillips? Posting a 3rd consecutive 0 against the Sasquatch offense. He's got now 3 innings under his belt, only the 1 hit that previous inning, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts, 3 of them coming in the top half of the 8th, including the final one against the pinch hitter. For Hastings, their final chance to get some insurance here. Cooper Harrell, Christian Loera, Drew Vega coming up. That is the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Sodbusters.
Certainly looking like that's going to be the end of the day for Phillips as the action continues behind him. Nate Fisher continues to warm. If that is the end of the day, he would be the winning pitcher if the Sodbusters can put up a 0 in that 9th inning.
So the lefty to lead things off, Cooper Harrell. Sodbusters finishing out their 4th time through the batting lineup this evening. So back on for his first full inning of work is the pitcher Peters. Jackson Peters, the fourth pitcher today. He recorded the final 2 outs of the inning, walked one and struck out those 2 batters. 0-1 to Harold, down low, 1-1. Cooper Harrell, the right fielder today, pair of walks and a strikeout, has yet to put the ball in play. The left-handed hitter getting his first start as a Sodbuster this evening. Wave and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's how the Sodbusters get a run in the 8th inning last night. That was thanks to an RBI single from Drew Vega, who is due up right in the 3rd spot this inning. 2-2 on the pitch downstairs. Peters trying to find one final 0 to give his offense the best chance possible in the top of the 9th. From the stretch, way outside, and the count runs full. Told you in the middle of the last inning, Spearfish pitchers combined over 160 pitches on the day, and depending on how this inning goes, it might get to be 200. Only one way to find out. Full count to Harrell. Got him swinging. Actually dropped by the catcher Michelson, so he has to throw down to first. Not a good throw. They still get him out. Sasquatch making it a little bit harder than they need to on the strikeout. Second time Harrell's gone down by way of the K.
The rain has made this a very non-artistic game, but Hastings would take a non-artistic win as they now have struck out 12 times. They have walked 9. They have been hit twice, and they are trying to win a game in which they have not had a ball reach an outfielder on the fly yet today.
It's to the bottom of the order. Ball 1 to Loera. If you look at the box score and don't have the runs on there, you think this is probably a 6-1 game, maybe a 5-0 game. It's 5-4 in favor of the team that has only gotten 3 hits. Breaking ball finds the inside corner to Christian Loera. 1 for 2 today, a single, a walk, and a ground out. Sodbusters won 3 games against Spearfish last year. Looking to make it 2 in their first 2 games. Same pitch, same result for strike 2. Top of the order on deck. Good job so far by Jackson Peters to calm the Sodbuster offense so far. Fouled off down the first base line. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Awahi and Casper are underway in Wyoming. That is no score in the first inning.
Won't be that way for long. I'm just saying.
You never know. Maybe they wasted all their offense yesterday and don't have anything to give today. Here it's 5-4 Hastings. After the foul ball, it's ball 2, down low and in. Loera getting back-to-back starts today. Most of the guys getting back-to-back starts. Their 6, 7, and 8 hitters are new in the order today. 2-2, right down the gut for strike 3, and Loera back to the dugouts. 4 consecutive strikeouts for the pitcher Jackson Peters.
And on a day like this, looks like there's going to be a potential pitching change as we see the pitching coach come out. And this could be just pitch count management right here, because you've got the pitch counts. If you throw 30 pitches or under, you don't have to take a day off. 31 to 44 1 day, 45 to 59 2 days, and it could be that situation. Don't want to waste him and being able to bring him back faster.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking down to the bullpen thinking do we have a guy ready? Because Peters is at 29 pitches right now, so he can only throw 1 more pitch without having to not take tomorrow off. Don't know if that's the plan for Spearfish, if they want to use him tomorrow. But a long conversation on the mound, and Daniel Roth will make the trot out there to break up the conversation. Casual fans are saying, come on, just get the last out and let's go to the ninth here.
But I'm sure that's part of the conversation. How much do you have left? And for Hastings, really frustrating. You mentioned the 4 straight strikeouts. I mean, it's a night. Put the ball in play and see what happens, because it's wet, it's slick. We've already seen when the ball is put in play, nothing's easy. But the Hastings team not able to do it. And now after the visit, they will come out. Now they will make the pitching change, trying to give that pitcher every opportunity to get warm, and so it will be a pitching change after a second visit to the mound there in short order.
And Peters kind of has a wry smile on his face, just like, oh, okay, that was a funny move, guys. I mean, he's did his job. 4 strikeouts after the first 2 against him reached on a walk and an error. And after that, 4 punch-outs, 2 of them looking, 2 of them swinging, and a new Sasquatch arm coming on the mound. Short break for us, and with 2 outs, Hastings will have at least 1 more batter coming to the plate with a new pitcher after the break.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
New pitcher for the Spearfish Sasquatch as they go to the bullpen for the 4th time today. 5th pitcher on for Spearfish is Brian Young from Capital University, a freshman in 2024 and then in 2025. Did see plenty of action for Capital. 16 2/3 innings pitched, a 4.86 ERA, gave up 9 earned runs, walked 12, and struck out 17 in that ball game. So he has to get what could be the final out of the Sodbuster order. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hastings is up 5-4. And the pitching staff likely taking out their previous pitcher due to pitch count limits. Since he is taken out, Peters, he does not have to take tomorrow off if they do elect to pitch him tomorrow, but what a job for him after allowing the leadoff walk and a error, striking out the next 4 batters he faces. And top of the order coming up.
178 pitches now for this Spearfish staff, but they're still very much a part of the game as the Sodbusters are going to need a big 2-out rally to put some insurance up in a 5-4 Sodbuster lead.
There you go. Well, it's Drew Vega with the bases empty and 2 outs. Pitch missing away from Brian Young from Lithia, Florida, a nursing major. The right-hander standing at 5'10" on the bump. Outside on 2 consecutive. Now starting the 5th time through the Sodbuster lineup in this 9-inning game. Vega with a hit. He also drove in a run on a fielder's choice groundout in the 5th inning. 2-0, right down Broadway, 2-1. Rain has stopped for the moment again, and I think that is going to be the it of it. The way it looked like at the start of the game, there might have been some periods of very heavy rain. There was some substantial rain, but none that I would call heavy enough. Heavy rain would definitely delay a game. But we have been delay-free all evening. 3-1 to Vega. Got a piece of it back to the protective padding behind home plate. Duncan Field, all turf on the infield and foul territory. Can kind of notice that the little circle encompassing the home plate area and the pitcher's mound is a little bit brighter than the infield. That's a little bit newer than the infield. 3-2, got him looking, strike 3. And that is the 5th straight Sodbuster to go down on strikes. We head to the top of the 9th inning. The Busters need 3 outs. The Sasquatch looking for a run to tie it up. Tune in to this exciting finish after the break.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
3 outs away from another Sodbuster victory in Game 2 of this 4-game series, and Chase Phillips is still on the mound. He will try and finish off his outing, going 4 innings in relief. Thought that maybe this would be the end of the day for him after last inning, because the closer, Nate Fisher, is continuing to get hot in the bullpen. But like we mentioned, 7 games in 7 days. Likely want to use as few pitchers as possible, and with Phillips already at a pitch count of 45, he will need at least 2 days of rest, so why not get him another 14 or so and hopefully close out this game and keep the arm of Fisher fresh. Well, it is the top of the lineup coming up for Spearfish. The first pitch is launched in the air to center. Shallow right center. Coming on is the right fielder, Harrell. He dives and he made the catch. Woo! Cooper Harrell out of nowhere makes the headlong dive, as that one had base hit written all over it. At first base, Seth Nelson kind of shaking his head as he walks back to the dugout, robbed of a leadoff hit.
And it had disaster written all over it. Drew Vega was almost in position to make the hit, heard the late call, mine, cleared out, and somehow Cooper Harrell made the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
What a start to this 9th inning, as the leadoff man is retired. Ben Foyer, 1 for 4 today. He's put the ball on the ground 3 times, but is also single. Missing upstairs 2 balls and no strikes. Put multiple stars next to that last play on the scorebook. Signify a sensational play by the defense. Breaking ball just misses inside. Foyer thought that one was coming right at his rib cage and got out of the way, even though it was not close to him. But he's still way ahead in the count, 3-0, and he'll earn a 4-pitch walk. Josh Printer on the second step of the dugouts. Appears that the fuse is short, and it could be any batter now that the Sodbusters will go with their closer here.
Well, it's also like he's been pitching since the 6th, so now folks are seeing him the second time. And right now, Printer is going to leave Phillips in to try to close this out.
Phillips looking for the final 2 outs of the game. The tying run is on base. The potential go-ahead run is at the plate. That's in the form of Jordan Bowman. Conversation on the mound between the catcher Hilton and Phillips. Jordan Bowman, one of the returning players from last year, hit .333, 35 hits, including 6 doubles, 4 homers, and 2 triples. 24 runs driven in for him last year. He slugs one into left field. That gets down for a base hit in front of Wilson. Back-to-back base runners for Spearfish, here with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. Now double-digit hits for the Sasquatch, looking to tie the game up.
Not hit with much authority. A really pretty good pitch, but a nice job of hitting. That was kind of the theme early for this Spearfish team. Just put the ball in play. That's what they did against Derek Rocket. Not making many solid contact other than that triple back in the 3rd inning, but now big chance here for the Sasquatch.
It's Sam Kwapnoski. He lines one to Vega. It's off his glove into right field. Runner had to hold up, but will still get the green light. The throw goes to third for whatever reason, and a run scores to tie the game, and it goes out of play. That gives runners at second and third. Why on earth would that throw go to third base there?
Oh.
It's a tie game, 5-5. That's an RBI single for Kwapnoski. Vega with the dive. I think he just dove past it. He had it on the part of his glove, but this is a brand new ball game in the 9th inning. And now Josh Printer out to the mounds, waiting, and now we'll cross the foul line.
Talk about a game of inches. I thought when the ball came off the bat, Drew Vega was going to get it and maybe have a chance at a catch and a throw-out double play on a line-out throw-out. I mean, a solidly struck ball. It would have been an amazing catch, but we've seen Drew Vega come through with those. Off his glove, and then an error of both omission and commission there is that wild throw to third, allowing base runners to move up. So now the go-ahead run is at third, an insurance run at second in a 5-5 game.
It doesn't look like Printer is going to take out the pitcher either.
Interesting, very interesting, and maybe one of the thoughts.
Oh, now
here,
he is coming out. Okay, so we just a little bit of a delay there. He wanted to get some final pitches out in the bullpen, but Chase Phillips not able to get the final 3 outs before Spearfish ties the game. Nate Fisher will try and keep this a tie ball game. Short break for us. Be back in a few.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
We go to a pitching change for Hastings. Spearfish ties it with their 11th hit of the game. And they will go with their supposed closer of the year. This is Nate Fisher, the righty submariner from Bixby, Oklahoma. Finished up his freshman campaign at Northeast Oklahoma A&M. And you see that funky motion there. We'll see what Fisher can do. It's going to be runners at second and third. Wacky play developing on that last one. The RBI single from Sam Kwapnoski out of the diving reach of Drew Vega, but Cooper Harrell threw the ball to third base instead of home or even into second base. And that ball went out of play, allowing the base runners to move up in extra base. So it's an error on Harrell, and that will make it a tie game, and the go-ahead run is just 90 feet away.
Chase Phillips, a rough ending to a really good outing. He goes from having a chance to win this game to now potentially losing it, and he can't win it as the walk, a pair of singles, and now an error, and it's going to take a big effort to keep it a tie ball game with those runners at second and third. We'll see what Nate Fisher can get done. His junior college team going 26-25 in the spring, and Nate Fisher trying to find a way to keep runners at second and third with only one man out in a 5-5 game. And now you look back at all of those opportunities that Hastings had, all 5 of their runs scoring for Hastings in innings when they had no hits. You get one hit along the way, and we're not even talking about this squad from Spearfish having a chance to win.
Here is that delivery from Fisher. Gets a foul ball out of play. Did not play in his freshman season at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. And the batter, Ethan Mooser. This all started with a leadoff flyout and then walk, single, error. And that gives Spearfish the 1 run to tie it up at 5. Runner at third is Bowman and Kwapnoski at second, who both singled. Infield does come in. Appears the infield will try and cut down the go-ahead run if it's hit to one of them. Ball just inside for ball 1. That one took something off of it. Just missing the zone. Game that is approaching the 3-hour mark. 1-1, line drive to center. That's going to give the Spearfish Sasquatch the lead. The throw coming in is cut off, sacrifice fly for Ethan Mooser. 2 runs here in the 9th, and the Sasquatch ahead 6-5.
What a big day for Mooser. A single run scored back in the 4th, knocks home 2 in the 5th, gets his 3rd RBI of the day, and now Hastings going to have to find a way. They will appeal to 3rd, thinking that perhaps Jordan Bowman left prematurely. He did not, and so the sacrifice fly is official, and not an overturn there on the appeal.
Looking back at our live stream here, too inconclusive on if the tag was made in time or not, but I thought from my naked eye that was a good tag. So 2 home. Mooser gives the Sasquatch the lead. Michelson will try and tack on another here. And he gets plunked on the quad. Hit by pitch. It'll be 1st and 2nd with 2 outs.
We mentioned that's kind of problematic when you do have that submarine delivery. Hit batsman certainly a possibility on a right-handed pitcher against a right-handed hitter.
Plenty of submarine pitchers in the MLB. Darren O'Day comes to mind, a right-hander that was with the Orioles and the Braves at some point before his retirement, but the squat into the set.
Have you ever seen that?
There are some guys that do that. Jordan Romano, a guy in the MLB that kind of does a little bit of a squat into it. But it's 3 straight misses to Peyton Fort. Correction, just 2 misses. It's 2-0. 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. The Sodbusters trying to keep it at a 1-run game. Strike called on the outside corner. Fort with the multi-hit game. He's got 2 singles this evening. 4 Sasquatch with 2 hit games after Kwapnoski and Bowman singled to give them multi-hit games earlier this inning. Pitch down and in, but called a strike. Generous call from Daniel Roth behind there. And now deuces wild here in this top of the 9th inning. Sodbusters will have a chance. And they've got the right guys coming up 2, 3, and 4, looking ahead to their bottom of the 9th inning. The squat and the sets from Fisher. Just outside and didn't miss by much. So now with a 3-2 count and 2 outs, the runners will get a head start on the pitch. Anything into the outfield will likely mean another run for the Sasquatch. 3-2. Just foul down the third base line.
That ball is brought to you by the Barrel Bar.
Still scattered fans here at Duncan Field. Many of them have gone and joined up with us here, probably on the YouTube live stream back at home. Trying to get back to a tie game in the 9th inning. The 3-2 pitch once again on the way, and it hit him on the elbow. And that'll be bases loaded with 2 outs. Would have been ball 4 anyways. Now a big-time jam for the Sodbusters.
And head coach Josh Printer coming out, trying to verify that it did hit him. I think it hit off his elbow guard, so it probably sounded like it hit the bat, but I think that's the right call. No doubt that it hit his elbow guard instead of the bat. So quick conversation, and now a huge spot in the game here. The Sodbusters can't afford to fall behind any more than 1 the way the offense has been today.
Diego Trujillo, the third baseman today. Good stop by Hilton behind the plate to keep it in front. Trujillo a hit and a run driven in the second, also walked in the fourth. Nothing doing for him since against the Sodbuster relievers. High and tight, ball 2. Kwapnoski at third, Michelson at second, Fort at first. Fisher the delivery. Soft ground ball, going to be trouble for the third baseman. Throw over to first, they got him. Weston Johnson makes a not-so-easy play. And that will end the top of the 9th inning, but not before. Spearfish retakes the lead on a couple of hit-by pitches, couple of hits, and a walk. Sodbusters will need at least 1 to tie it, 2 to win it here after the break in the bottom of the 9th inning at Duncan Field.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Bottom of the 9th. Final call for the Sodbusters as they give up the lead in the top of the 9th. Ryan Jarvis, Luke Cossey, and Weston Johnson, the batters coming up for the Sodbusters. Interesting stat, we were looking at it during the break. Since a line drive double play, or ground ball double play in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Sodbusters have only put 2 balls in play since then. Jarvis will put one in play into right field for a leadoff single. Speak it into existence right there. Jarvis with his first hit of the evening on the first pitch.
And Ethan Mooser becomes the second outfielder to touch a baseball today for the Spearfish Sasquatch. That's only the second ball that was put into the outfield today by the Hastings Sodbusters.
And the first time since Graham Hilton did it in the 6th inning. Now we're going to have a courtesy run or a pinch runner at first base. Jet Hannaford will get the run for Ryan Jarvis. A little bit more speed on the base pass for Hastings. Hannaford got the start last night in center field and did show off some good speed on the base pass. He did steal second base after he got on for the first time last night. See if that comes into play at all. Ball 1 downstairs to Luke Cossey. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, but he has walked twice. Brian Young trying to close the door for Spearfish in this bottom of the 9th inning. With that hit by Jarvis, just the 4th base knock for Hastings this game. Nothing extra base hit-wise, just all singles. 2-0, ground ball to the second baseman. On to second for 1, no relay to first. So Jarvis, his courtesy runner, Hannaford, is retired. A fielder's choice ground out. Cossey trades places with him at first base.
Solid defense there, fairly routine, but nothing routine on a wet night. And Peyton Fort able to gun it over to Foyer, and a great decision for Foyer not to try to get the double play, just get the lead runner and hang on to that one to keep the potential tying run at first.
Well, Weston Johnson will try and get the runner moved over. Cossey, the center fielder, you'd figured he's got good speed on the base path. Strike 1 in there. Johnson with a nice night last night, went 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. But yet to get a hit today. He's been walked twice and hit by a pitch once. 0-1 downstairs, but a good block by Michelson to keep the base runner at first. Sodbusters trailed 4-0 after the top of the 5th inning. They got 2 back in the bottom of the inning. Then took a 5-4 lead after the 7th inning. Spearfish gets 2 runs in the 9th, their first runs of the game since the 5th inning. Pickoff throw back to first in safely is Kasi. The set by Young. Another ball downstairs, stopped by the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll exchange baseballs there. Basically anything that touches the turf becomes the wet ball. Sodbusters have stolen 2 bases today. Kasi has one of them. That was one where we thought he advanced on a wild pitch, but it was ruled a stolen base, according to Game Changer. 3-1. So ahead in the counts is Weston Johnson. See what kind of pitch he gets here ahead in the count. You definitely don't want to walk him, but he does. Ball 4 inside. So the tying run in scoring position for Graham Hilton.
And the winning run at first, and in a game where the Sodbusters have struggled to put a solid strike on it. How about a double? Somebody hit a gap. Let's just win this baby right here in walk-off fashion and have the first magic moment of the year here in 2025.
Well, that is the 10th walk to Sodbuster hitters this evening. However, they have struck out 14 times. That leadoff single by Ryan Jarvis also snapped a streak of 5 straight busters that were struck out. Can Graham Hilton be the hero? Slashes it back to the screen. Nothing and 1. Graham Hilton, 1 for 4. He singled in the 6th. One of the 4 Sodbuster hits. Kasi represents the tying run at second base. Right there for strike 2. So way down on the count is Hilton. Seeing a sharp breaking ball from Young, the pitcher. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go to it way up in the count. Time is called by Graham Hilton. Tension getting a little bit tighter here for the remaining fans at Duncan Field. Sodbusters came back to take the lead, but now find themselves in a hole. Just misses downstairs on the fastball. It's 1-2. Graham Hilton, a Mustang, Oklahoma native. A double steal on. The runners go to third, and it's thrown into left field. The Sodbusters will tie it in the 9th on a throwing error, a gutsy call, and the gamble pays off for Hastings. Wow. Can you believe they stole there, Steve? You were about ready to give up right there and throw the headset off. Oh, man. The throw there off target. Kasi comes in to score, and now Johnson, the game-winning run, is 90 feet away.
And there's still only 1 out, and now Spearfish has to play their infield in. They should bring their outfield farther in because the Sodbusters haven't hit it to an outfielder yet today.
Looks like they are going to bring their outfield in just a little bit. Graham Hilton still down in the count, and he takes a breaking ball there. What an eye by Hilton. That one just missed above the zone, and they're going to intentionally walk him?
Try to set up a double play. Because
I guess
you've got a guy coming up now who has really, really struggled. They have struck him out 3 times. He hit into an inning-ending double play. They've already got a double play on him. And now there's going to be a visit to the mound. They're going to bring the infield in, put the infield back to double to play depth. I'm okay with this. I really am. With 1 out, if it's a different situation, but I think it's a good move.
Your logic absolutely makes sense. My only gripe is that you got 2 strikes on the hitter, but you have a 3-2 count. You have the option to just get 1 more strike over there, and then now Welsh comes up with 2 outs and could be the final out.
Yeah.
But they're going to stick with Welsh here, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a ground, or 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a ground out, beg your pardon.
And that ground out was a double play.
Yep.
So it's high drama here, and I was semi-joking between innings. What's it going to take for the Sodbusters to get a run? Because they have really not had much offense. Is there going to be walks, or is it going to be hit batsman? Okay, single, fielder's choice grounder, walk, double steal with a left-handed hitter up there, which turns into an error to get the tying run home, and now you have a chance to win it with still some dribbler in front of home plate. You know, you could still win this baby with just a lot of things to go your way. Just don't hit into a double play, Tyler Welch. Just don't strike out. Give your team a chance, buddy.
Well, with the Sodbusters tying it, there will be... The game could end here, but there could be another inning. Strike on the outside corner, then a steal second base. Hilton was trying to draw a throw from the catcher, but his run does not matter, and I think Spearfish knows that. So they are just going to try and take aim at Tyler Welsh. Johnson, the winning run at third base. Fly ball on the shallow infield. This is trouble for the second baseman. He makes the catch and falls down. Here comes the run, and he's going to score! Tyler Welsh, Mr. Clutch, ends this wet and wild, wacky day with a walk-off. The Sodbusters get the 2 runs back in the bottom of the 9th, and they walk it off 7-6 to get their second win in a row. The sacrifice fly, which barely got out of the infield, gets the job done for the Busters.
It's a sacrifice fly to the second baseman. So the Sodbusters still never had a hit to an outfielder today. They win this game in the 9th with a solid single, a walk, you had your fielder's choice grounder, an intentional walk, and an F4 for a sacrifice fly to win the game. Whoever loses this game was going to think, how in the world did we lose this game? And for Spearfish, they out-hit them 11-4. They don't have a hit that was caught by an outfield in the air in the game. And the Sodbusters still win this game somehow, some way, 7-6.
Love the aggression by Johnson at third base. Even if Peyton Fort, who ended up making the catch, keeps his feet, he has to throw away from his body to the plate on a throw that can very easily get away, but he slipped and stumbled, and that gave no shot to throw out the base runner at home. 7-6 is your final. We'll be back with post-game coverage. We've got final numbers, and we'll try and pick the brain of head coach Josh Printer on his thought of this crazy finish. The Sodbusters are 2-0 to start off the 2025 season.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Well, a unbelievable finish here from Duncan Field tonight. Both teams scoring 2 runs in the 9th inning to give the Sodbusters an unconventional win, and they are 2-0 for the first time since 2023, and they will look to go for a series win against the Spearfish Sasquatch tomorrow evening. That 7-6 final, and the box score is a crazy one. 11 hits for Spearfish, only 4 for Hastings, but they are able to get the win. The walk-off hero, Tyler Welsh, the sacrifice fly, if you will, or the sacrifice pop-out, barely got into the outfield past second base, but the wet conditions caused a stumble and no chance to throw out the winning run, Weston Johnson, at the plate. Final numbers for Hastings: 7 runs on 4 hits. Drew Vega, Ryan Jarvis, Graham Hilton, and Christian Loera having the 4 hits. Vega with an RBI, Hilton and Welsh with the 3 RBIs of the game. The other one scored on a wild pitch. For Spearfish, 11 hits. They committed 3 errors on defense. They get multi-hit games from Jordan Bowman, Sam Kwapnoski, Ethan Mooser, and Peyton Fort. Also getting singular hits, Seth Nelson, Ben Foyer, and Diego Trujillo. Have yourself a day, Ethan Mooser, the 2 hits and a pair of 3 RBIs, rather, as he got the guys in front, or got the guys with their 4th runs of the game back in the 5th inning on that 2 RBI single. 5 pitchers combined for Spearfish for just 4 hits, but 7 runs, only 5 of them earns. Stats of the day right here: 11 walks and 14 strikeouts on the day, but the Sodbusters find a will and find a way to win it. Josh Printer, a wet, wild day for you. Unbelievable finish to the game. You're down 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Let's start off there first. Unfortunate you give up the lead. How are you guys able to get it done the bottom of the 9th?
Just kept fighting, kept trying to get quality ABs out of the guys. We knew who we had on the bump there, and just don't be too big. We need base runners in that situation, and we did. And I'm so proud of the guys. Just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm just beyond proud of them.
And after 5 straight strikeouts, Jarvis comes up, gets you the leadoff single to kind of set the table.
Oh yeah. We don't want anyone more than Jarvis up in that spot. He's been there, done that, and put a good swing, tacked early. Just told him, get something you can handle, and first pitch it was, and he was ready to jump in, and he did, and yeah.
Well, the offense tonight, 11 walks you guys were walked, but you struck out 14 times. Got to believe the weather played a factor to that. How big was the rain in affecting the game on both sides of the ball?
Just kind of, I think it's kind of hard to see spin on cloudy days like that with the background like how it was. But, I just couldn't be more proud of them. They kept clawing, kept fighting, scored 7 runs off 4 hits today, and just a testament to their hard work and their fight, just their grit up in the box, work pitch counts, and just getting starters out of the games, getting to their pen, and just having good quality team ABs. Not one guy here, one guy there, just a quality team win.
6 stolen bases yesterday. Aggressiveness in the 9th. The double steal to set the stage turns into an error, and the tying run coming across. Talk a little about that call, and pretty gutsy right there to give your team a chance.
They haven't picked off at second base the last 2 games. We kind of addressed that. We kind of talked about that. Before the game, but just them trusting me and trusting me and Scott, our game plan, and just everyone just collectively we just try to put some pressure on them there, and especially with the wet ball of the rain conditions, just kind of put some pressure on them and see what happens, and it ended up working out good for us this time.
Well, the pitchers, it's kind of hard to put a real gauge on their performance since it was wet out today, but Derek Rockets, I feel like his line was kind of lopsided. He didn't give up to a lot of solid contact, but ended up giving up 4 runs. Chase Phillips had a sensational first 2 inning starts, and Nate Fisher came on to close out the game. What can you say about your pitchers' performances tonight?
Kept us in a game. I mean, Rocket just kept he, like you said, some weak contact, kind of wasn't going his way, kind of seen him a couple times through the lineup, try to get him out of there. But no, Chase came in, filled up the zone, had two quick, really good innings, and then went to Fish, and they all three of them kept us in a game. Fish, bases loaded, had some adversity there, but had all the trust in the world to get us out of there and give us a shot to come back in the ninth.
Tyler Welch, tough day. 3 strikeouts, double play ball. Talk about sticking with him in the ninth, and a guy who comes through with the standard sacrifice fly to the second baseman.
I've talked about it before about just going 0 for 3, 0 for 4 really don't matter as long keep your head up. You never know if you end up being the hero in the ninth. Nobody cares or remembers your 0 for 3, 0 for 4 days. So, absolutely.
All right, head coach Josh Printer. Appreciate your comments here, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, and probably one of the crazier games we'll see all season.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
At head coach Josh Printer, 2-0 go the Hastings Sodbusters for the first time in a couple of years, and in walk-off fashion. Busters had multiple walk-offs last year, but they get their first one just 2 games into the season. Well, great note to end on, and the Sodbusters have a chance to go for the series win tomorrow. And nonetheless, they've got their first 2 wins on it, and they battled through some adversity, I think, is the big point tonight.
Yep, and Printer, you love the way he, in the first 2 days, showing his aggressive nature, not only the double steal, but we didn't talk about it, but sending Weston Johnston on the pop-up to second base, and having the courage for his guys to get it done again, make the opposing team make a play, and they were unable to do it. Sodbusters find a way. And so you love the early returns for the way Josh is coming out and coaching, because, it's a long old season, but like the aggressive nature, love the way the pitchers went after it. For the most part, they were the team that threw strikes, and at the end of the day, they threw more strikes than the other team, and your team found a way to battle and win it.
Well, it's 7-6 is the final score once again. Sodbusters 7 less hits than Spearfish, but they were able to get the job done. A lot of fun here tonight, even with the rain here. Always makes for it a little bit more of a fun evening at the ballpark here. But Hastings able to get it done, and Game 3 of the 4-game series tomorrow night at 6:35 p.m. We appreciate everybody helping us out. Myself, Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, Noah Pagel running the show for us this evening. We'll see you same time tomorrow night. That's going to do it for us here this evening at Duncan Field. So long. Have a good